Are we live? Oh, and we're live. Let me do my professional radio thingamabob. You're here with Pocket Aces and Karen B live on. That's all I got. I didn't write the rest of the script, but no, we're chilling, and the debate bug seems to be going around, and unfortunately, we don't have a lot of representation on the flat Earth side with like some. I mean, we got representation, but it's like people. Let's just let's just go for the jugular, man. Let's shut these people down, make them look like the fools that they are. So that's kind of like one of the points here, but also we're just gonna bullshit and talk truth, interesting things until some globetards decide to join and get their asses handed to them. Um, I'm willing to do that as long as they donate some tears to my goblet that I can,
Some
enjoy
tears
for
to your goblet.
yes, it's a Fepe goblet, actually.
I
but
want some tears in my cauldron so I can cast a wicked spell.
damn, how big's your cauldron?
It's huge. It's the biggest cauldron ever. Nobody has a cauldron as big as my cauldron.
Let's see. Do we have anyone in chat? Oh yeah, there's Midic, Jose Gonzalez, whoever that is. Hoosier, Indio. What's up, y'all? Um, Hopefully some globetards take the bait, and hey, if anyone out there listening knows any globetards that
Are you looking in the old chat? Because I don't see those names in this chat.
Oh yeah, I'm looking in the old chat.
Yeah, you might be looking at the old chat. I see. I'll shout him out. I see Glenn Clark and Citizen Z, Anders Ace, Angel Raven 444.
Oh, okay.
Chocolate Saiyan, Tinfoil Hatter, Paul Giacomo. I hope I said that right.
Polyboy? Hell yeah. What's up, man?
RL Agito? Agito? I don't know how to say that. Is that a soft G or a hard G?
Arigato?
I don't know. NASA lies about everything. And
true.
That's it so far.
Okay. No one loves me, man. I used to get at least 33 people watching. Come on. Yeah, that was like 4 years ago.
Well, it's a little busy on the live stream front tonight.
Yeah, true. Competing against all the other shows.
Mm-hmm.
Ace is a place. Oh, there's
Reverend.
Reverend. Yeah,
what
he
up?
was. His ass was in the other chat. But yeah, guys, if y'all know anybody that wants to debate, hook it up with them, and I am willing to collect their tears. So
yes, I need Globy tears for my magic potion.
Trying to summon the Bigfoot.
Hoosier.
Now, what were you talking about? Some comments from the Antarctic thing? Oh yeah, you had a. I wonder why that video is trending. Like that's unusual.
I don't know.
Flat Earth, you know what I mean?
Well, I didn't put Flat Earth in the title. I didn't even put Flat Earth in the tags. I put Flat Earth debunked in the tags. Actually.
Oh.
I put Flat Earth debunked. I put Antarctica crossing, and that dude's name, and like I forget what all the tags, but I did not put just Flat Earth. The only thing that said Flat Earth was Flat Earth debunked, and then I didn't put it in the title. So that's probably why it might be showing up in the recommended. I
That's
try to
gotta
do that with all my videos now. I don't put flat Earth. I put flat Earth debunked.
Yeah, because the thing is, I've noticed, when a video comes out, it gets the most traction in literally like the first 2 hours. That's about it. After about 2 hours, it falls off, and it might have like a little steady trickle, but
Yeah.
never is it sitting at 3,000 views after like 2 hours, and then 2 more hours later, it's at 5,000, and then an hour later, it's at you know 6,000, and then by the end of the night, it's at like 8,000. That
Yeah,
I don't
but
know. That's
now the trolls are starting to show up. They weren't there at first. At first, I was like, "Wow, got like 6,000 views and no trolls." And now, just now, they started showing up.
Yeah, I noticed that my ranch was very lonely. I don't think I saw a single troll that whole stream. Very weird. I think that the trolls literally search Flat Earth Live and they just keep refreshing it like every 15 minutes.
That's probably true.
It is true, and it's so sad to think about that.
Yeah.
These people, it's sad to think about the fact that they do that and they're like literally like agents of some kind. But it's even more sad to think that these people are regular people like us and they choose to spend their free time searching flat earth videos, which they say is completely irrational, has 0 points. Everyone in it is insane and retarded. Yet they sit there participating in chat all day long. Now,
Hmm.
that's got to be like if Sigmund Freud was alive right now, he I don't know. He would probably have a heart attack trying to fucking diagnose that kind of a complex mental disorder.
Yeah.
It's a mental disorder. It really is.
Yeah. Angel Raven wants me to whisper in his ear. Angel Raven, do you have headphones on?
Uh-oh.
Hey, can you see the chat? Are you looking in the chat, Ace, or where are you on your phone?
That's all I got.
I didn't even hear that.
Oh. Hey, Angel Raven.
Angel Raven.
I'm gonna ASMR the shit out of
Angel Raven. Hey, psst, Angel Raven. What are you wearing?
you. That's funny. That reminds me, I need to grab my headset. What if we did a whole stream ASMR style? Like this.
I thought about doing that. I've thought about
Oh, yeah. Tell me more. Oh, yeah. And then what happened?
And then I put everybody to sleep. I put a magic spell over all of them and they all go to sleep.
Like Mark Sargent or Morgan.
And then they start astral projecting to the North Pole.
Astral ASMR. Oh, yeah. I can get down with that shit. Hold on, let me wrinkle some plastic. You are getting horny. I mean, sleepy. Bam!
Maybe some other night, but not tonight.
Oh, that's funny. Dang it. Who are these random people in the chat room?
I don't know. You got quite a bit more subs. You almost have 1,000 subs, Ace.
Oh. Well, I'm coming for you, Arwen. Oh, that's funny. It's like reverse Arwen. Like he's like, I've been streaming for 3 years. And I'm like, I haven't streamed at all for 3 years. Hey, what's up, Rusty? Oh, somebody banner? Who's Dan Frat? Shout out to Dan Frat, whoever you are. Sweet. RL Agato. I know that joke. That's funny. So, any Globetards in the chat? Wanna, you know, tell me about your religion? I'm feeling the spirit of God. I'm wanting to, I might want to convert. Shout out to Ron from Alaska. Yeah, I know, Ron. I've been meaning to, but I had to bust out the old computer to stream and, laziness, whatever. Busy.
Hmm.
Oh, you were saying something about troll comments or whatever? Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's weird that there were no troll comments at first because it didn't have flat earth in the title. And that is a thing. I've noticed that. It really is like a 1-to-1 ratio. But what were they saying? Because you didn't really say much other than you just literally pointed out exactly what he did, you know?
Yeah. One commenter says, "What a gutless video and comments section. You guys should be ashamed. Thousands of people have braved the dangers of Antarctica and for hundreds of years, and many have died doing so." And then they have a Wikipedia link. And so I clicked on the Wikipedia link, and I gotta say that there were not thousands. This doesn't look like thousands of people listed here to me. So I don't know what this guy's talking about. Wait, and in this list, like most of the people listed aren't even people that actually went there. What kind of BS is this?
I think that's Hoosier.
Where's Hoosier?
Yes. Look, I've scanned the entire extent of the plane for a globe your list to debate you, and I can't find one, but I don't really know any. Most of them are just complacent. They're not adamant. They're not like vocal globies. They don't want to come at you. And not even you. They don't want to come at even like maybe sort of a weak tard like me who's just like sitting around, spitting seeds and just sitting around.
Well,
Yeah.
how do we get some retard like globalist engineer or whatever his name is, or like fight the flat earth? By the way, that was a hilarious video. I might even have to show it. I think I'm gonna have to show it. The
Which
one they
video?
linked in that admin room. He's in a car. This fight the flat earth guy. I don't know. I guess he used to be a gamer streamer or something. And unless someone made a parody video about him, but it's so cringy. It's him like doing stupid shit, and there's video games playing in the background of like cars. I'd have to show it out. I'm sorry, I can't do any justice. And the music playing is just outrageous. Here, I'm gonna try to find it. Let's do that.
Oh
But
my gosh,
continue.
I just looked in the admin room on 24/7 or the mod room. Oh my gosh. Wow.
I can't look on my phone. That sucks.
Right, and that would be my only suggestion of where to find the individuals that you're looking for. I hopped in there for about 5 minutes earlier, and granted, I'm a newbie when it comes to actually doing this in the way that maybe more of you are accustomed to. But what I can say is that the baseline arguments get to such a point that it's not really even like a proposable to explain them in the format that we're doing it. So somebody will ask a question, and it goes the same way with the debates. Somebody will ask a question, and then an example will be given. It doesn't matter who's given it, but then it's like, oh, I've never seen that before. And so then a new question is asked, and it's look, I enjoy the conversations. I'm not dogging it here, but there is like a connection missing. The Lego pieces don't fit with that, even though Legos are also, simple.
No idea what you're talking about, bro. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's crazy. Yeah, the thing is, there's no one that really knows what they're talking about when it comes to the globe. Like, if you understand the heliocentric model, if you actually understand it, you're not a globetard.
Right.
At minimum, you're one of these weird geocentric, ball-tards like Sangenis or whatever. But when you fully, because it's not the fact that the flatness that makes you a flat earther, it's the not curvedness that makes you a flat earther. It's like when you start looking into the heliocentric model, everything about the heliocentric model debunks itself, like orbits, all these things. Like, you want to tell me gravity does all these crazy things, yet the moon continues to go around the Earth for hundreds and thousands of years in the exact same way. It doesn't deviate at all. It's always showing the same face. Like everything is like clockwork, perfect. And that's not how it would be if there's all this interplay of gravity. You know the whole ordeal. But yeah, I mean, it's nuts that these people, you'll show them a picture of a boat 30 miles out on the ocean, right? And it looks kind of like the bottom's cut off a little bit. And they'll say, oh, that's the curvature. But at the same time, they're too stupid to understand that the fact that the boat's 30 miles away, it should be hidden by like 200 foot of curve. You shouldn't see the boat. You shouldn't even. That's why I can't stand when these people, the flat earthers, debate these fucking idiots about the boat got cut off, blah, blah, blah. And they sit there and they actually allow themselves to be debated about the boat missing the little bottom part when the conversation's over because you shouldn't see any of it. No, I'm not going to tell you why you can't see the very, very bottom. I'm not going to explain perspective and atmosphere to you. I want you to tell me why I can see any of it.
Right. There are elements within all of the particular portions of the debate that are immediately preposterous, yet the debate goes on even though like that element of it is disappeared. Another one that came up, I did not watch the full thing with Red Pill Philosophy and Godless Engineer. I've never heard of that guy before today. However, Red Pill Philosophy spoke of downward force. And for me, that's not a thing. I think it's explained rather readily by the medium that's surrounding a thing that is denser than what's around it. Now, maybe I'm offshoot on that, but does anyone else here think of downward force as needing to be injected into reality as a thing?
Not really. No?
I'm not sure why he even propositioned that. I was just kind of throwing it out there.
He's new to the whole thing, and he was getting led around. That's all there is to it. I mean, he literally let himself get controlled, the conversation. I mean, it happens to everybody, but and the thing is that Godless Engineer guy wasn't even very good at
No, that guy
at
is so
anything.
dumb. He's so dumb.
And I'm
So
sorry,
dumb.
but Red Pill, like, dude, you don't even know what you're talking about. Like, you did a good job on a lot of things, but fuck, man, like, I don't know. If you don't know something, just say, I don't know. I don't know. Like, it doesn't matter. But I'm glad that he did the debate. I'm glad he wants to, and I think more people should get involved. And it's just, I would love to see a legit fucking debate against somebody that half knows what they're talking about, and somebody like myself that will just completely put them in their place on every single point.
Right. And does that require a moderator?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So how does the format? So the format has to be discussed beforehand, though, right?
No. Not even.
Okay. So, but what if people get off into like coattails of conniving and they start, drawing low blows? Like how does that work? I guess.
Then that just shows on their part what
Okay.
kind of a
Yeah.
person
Got
they
you.
are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you.
Like,
Yeah.
ain't no big deal. I mean, the whole point is, it's not like debate. There really is no debate. I mean, it's
There is no debate. Like
it,
all that you shouldn't even really have to discuss diffraction limits and
no.
fucking gravity. Like there's no curve and there's no motion and there's no way you can have a pressurized system next to an infinite vacuum without a barrier. Like that right there just dismantles the whole model. It dismantles everything. Like they don't have an answer for any of those. Just like three things. Like I'm working on a video right now that's, because you know how they made those questions that flat earthers can't answer.
Mhm.
Like, and they had like 20 questions or whatever, and it was most of it was bullshit. But it's like, so I started working on a video, questions that globe earthers can't answer, and we don't even need 20 questions. We don't even need. I mean, I have 5, but we don't even need 5. Really, you only need 3. But there's only 5. You only need 5 questions that they can't answer, and they have to answer all of them cohesively, and to a satisfactory manner. Otherwise, the whole thing falls apart. You can't answer one and not answer another. Like you need all of them to work for the globe model to work. And that's all you need, really.
Yeah, really, it comes down to, if one thing doesn't work, then it's game over. It doesn't matter if one thing doesn't work, or you don't understand one thing, or we don't know how one thing works on a flat Earth. Because it's still not a globe, even in that case. Just, you might not understand how southern stars work, right? Or I might not be able to explain that good enough for you to understand. That doesn't mean that it's a globe. It could be, we could both be wrong. And I'm not a flat earther in the sense that I'm telling you that the fucking world's flat. I'm a flat earther in the sense that there's no 8 inches per mile squared of curvature. There's no 4,000 mile radius of a ball Earth that we live on. There's no proof that mass attracts mass. What we do not live in this coincidence upon coincidence upon coincidence. And that's the thing with these globetards. It's like you say, hey, the moon's the same size as the sun. No, it's just coincidence that it's 400 times further away and 400 times bigger. Right. Okay. But then you go on to something else, like the Big Bang, or the fact that all the planets and the moon orbit on something called the ecliptic. It's basically like a flat plane. Like everything's orbiting the sun on a flat plane. If there was a Big Bang and all this chaos theory and shit, the planets should all be orbiting at random weird fucking directions. You know what I'm saying? Like all around, like a electron going around an atom, all fucking crazy.
Hey, Ace,
But
check chat.
yeah.
Check chat.
All right. What's up? I don't know what I'm looking at.
There's a Globey in the chat.
A globetard.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Well, he's in your live stream chat. He says the globe.
Zapranoff.
Yeah.
Right, and the purpose
If
of this
any,
conversation is to have anyone who wants to. Well, I guess Ace would have to spell out the exact wordage because I might fuck it up if I get on a ramble.
go for it.
Now, if there is anyone who wants to not specifically be globe-tarded, but also just try to say that there is no merit to flat Earth, well, there's obviously a distinction line there for me. I could spell it out. Maybe I'll make my own video about that. Been wanting to do that. Anyhow, though, there you go. There's your message, Zap.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. Hey, 33 Live, what do you know? Shout out to Jose. Let's check the super chats real quick. All right. Fucking super chats. But no, y'all can like mail me cash in the mail if you want. Like I'm all cool with that. Reverend is a shill. Damn, Citizen Z already had a ranch. What do you know?
Look,
Yo.
P. Mars is hanging around here tonight too, and I want to say to you, P. Mars, one time you called me a motherfucker, and so I made a series of fight night posters, and the first fight night of all time is between me and you. And if you bring any hot pockets into the arena, you're probably eating a hot pocket right now. But if you bring even a single hot pocket, that's bar for disqualification.
100%, yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, Zapranoff, if that is your fucking name. How about you join the panel? I got room. Zapranoff.
Yeah, tell us more, Zap, about how you can't have pressure next to a vacuum, because as Nathan Oakley has rather fully fleshed out over the last several months and weeks and everything, and others too, you just can't do it. How is that possible? I'd like to hear it, and it sounds like Ace does too.
Who's Nathan Oakley? But anyways. Fucking hate that channel. My God. Ugh. I'm sorry. I don't really. It's just, the people that hang out there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Jose knows what I'm trying to say. It's insufferable.
So is the Globey going to join?
Globey seems distracted by
Or is he just
arguing.
going to sit there in the chat and cry?
He's gonna sit there arguing with somebody in chat. Nathan in his second law. Lol. Yeah, I don't. Ugh. Look, I'm not gonna debate back and forth with somebody just chatting in the chat. Like, just join, bro.
Yeah, I can't
Like,
do it via text anymore, dude. Like, YouTube chat to me has become the most abysmal thing ever. Like, let's talk about it. Let's maybe then we can show images and video with one another if we do it on another level, another realm, another tier of conversation between people. But YouTube chat is filth. Not everything is. That sounded like way too brash, but what I'm saying is
no, you can't get your point across. I get that.
Yeah.
So look, everyone wants. They're like, oh, they rolled out flat Earth. It's a rollout, right? And I'm saying no, it's not. Like, people have been trying to wake people up to the fact the Earth's flat for the last 100 years. By the way, the globe theory is only 100 years old, and it only caught traction after the First and Second World War and then the Great Depression. It only caught traction once the public school system got into full swing. But in the early 1900s, no one thought it was a fucking globe. In fact, there's newspaper articles. It's like, okay, imagine if a flat earther tried to go to a school today and like give a presentation to like a school. Like there would be newspaper articles about, oh my God, this crazy flat earther's trying to fucking tell us about this crazy flat earth shit, right? Okay? You know what I'm saying? But check this out. There's literally newspaper and magazine articles from like 1920 where it's like, oh my God, this crazy globe earth person is trying to come to the schools and teach kids that the earth is round. And they were trying to fight it. They were like, no, we don't want this in our schools. It's like, you know, the earth's flat, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's what we've always known. This theory, it's not 500 years old. That shit's all made up. All that fucking history is fucking completely made up.
Yeah. Hey, Ace.
Yeah.
Hold on one
What's up?
sec. I just
Okay.
want to address our little Globey in the chat here. He says, I tried that with Nathan. He started yelling at me and he banned me. Look, Zappernoth, why don't you join the panel and talk to us? I promise we won't yell at you and ban you. I'll talk to you oh so sweetly, just like this. And I'll crush your little ball. Real nice like. You want to join? Do you? Huh?
You're giving him blue balls.
I don't think he's going to do it. I think he's too
Shout
scared.
out to the 33 watching. He's probably a fucking bot. And he can't join because he has no voice. It's like literally just a text-based fucking cyber sex kind of fucking chat room bot that they repurposed for YouTube. They're like, oh, we got this fucking sex Lolita bot. Well, here, we'll give it a name. What name should we name it? How about Zapranov? That sounds authentic enough. Zapranov. Like, what is that even supposed to mean, bro? Shout out to Meth Powerland. Gory Lail. I love the name. Gory Lail. I've seen you before. That's fucking hilarious. Gory Lail. She's so gory. Anyways. But yeah. No, I mean, it's true. You can look this up for yourself. The globe Earth did not start making any sort of an impact until literally 100 years ago. Right about 100 years ago. And it never caught on. It wasn't even fully caught on until 1950s. Literally in the 1950s, there's still articles about this debate about whether they should teach the heliocentric theory in school or not. And when I was in school, like in the 80s, it was called the heliocentric theory. They also called it the theory of gravity. They actually still used the words theory. Now they just teach it like if so facto. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. That's a new thing.
That's why they faked the moon landing. They faked the moon landing to make everybody believe that they lived on a ball. That's why.
Right, and then on
Right.
Apollo 17, they took that picture, which I kind of wonder why they waited until mission 17 to take that picture.
Right.
You know,
No shit. Exactly. It's so fucking convoluted. Like, I would just love to hear someone tell me about how real NASA is. Like, I just want to hear it all. Like, you tell me
Right.
about how any of that shit makes sense. I love it. These people, they double back. Like, here's the deal. The point I was trying to make earlier is, you know, you've got the moon. It's the 400, you know, times bigger, 400, blah, blah, blah. Coincidence. Everything's a coincidence. And sure, when you're just only talking about the one thing, right, okay, that's a coincidence. But the fact is, the globe model is just based on coincidence upon coincidence. Like, the same with NASA with all the moon landing shit. Like, it's a coincidence they lost all the telemetry data. Sure. But then you put the coincidence of, hey, they didn't even decide to take a picture of the stars from the moon. No one had the bright idea to look up at the brilliant fucking sky full of stars. My God, if you go out on a random night in the middle of the country, anywhere in the world where there's no light pollution, it's a nice clear night, the sky is amazingly brilliant. There's all kinds of bright, crazy shit up there. You mean to tell me on the moon it's not even crazier? And sure, oh, I get it, motherfucker. I'm a photographer. I know how aperture works. I know about all that. But do you mean to tell me they didn't have the idea to just point a camera at the sky and just take a picture of the stars? Really? Really? Let that sink in. They took no pictures of stars while on the moon, and they went there like 6 times.
That'd be the
Really
only
let that
fucking
sink
thing
in.
that I'd do. Exactly. More exactly than exactly. Precisely. The as astronomically voluminous virtue that would be the cosmos above you in every single fucking direction, no matter where you looked, even if sunlight was obscuring to some degree, you know, on this model of giving, the photography would be abound. You could take stuff devoid of the atmosphere that we exist under on this plane. There's all sorts of mixed language every time we get into this, right? Everything you would do
No,
would be
atmosphere is
pointed
the right
at.
term.
Is it?
Sure.
Atmosphere is one I've heard
No,
bountied
because
about.
sphere is just a terminology for something around you as well. It doesn't
Ah,
have to mean it's perfectly fine. Also, calling Earth a planet is perfectly fine. Planete, it's the same thing. Planets, Earth was a planet, the wandering stars were wandering stars. Then they got the designation of planet to mean terra firma. Planet means terra firma. But it's all convoluted and it's all been changed up. But literally, Earth is a planet. That's fine to call it a planet or a planete. It's fine to say atmosphere because it's something that envelops you.
gotcha.
So, this is an open invite for anybody that wants to join the panel to tell me about how awesome NASA is or how curvy water is.
Hey, I got 2 things. The first thing is
Oh,
that
yeah.
yeah, I need more jalapeno stuffed olives. The second
I'm
thing
yeah.
is that Zaproneth, whatever, he disappeared after I invited him to join us. I don't know why. I thought I invited him very politely, nicely, but I haven't seen him in the chat since.
I
But there's
think he's a
another
chronic
Globey.
masturbator and probably just went to whack off real quick. He'll be back in like 5
Oh,
minutes.
okay. Well, there's another Globey in the chat. There's a Globey in the chat by the name of John Kaiser. John Kaiser, do you want to join
Yeah, that
and
sounds like a fake name.
have a little debate? Hmm.
Just a little chit chat. Fuck no, these people ain't gonna debate. They ain't gonna do nothing. Fucking pussies.
I'm trying to ask nicely so
I
you can
know.
join.
I'm playing bad cop. You're playing good cop. We'll get them on both angles. We'll confuse them. It'd be like error, error. But yeah, for real. Like, let's do this thing. Come on. I need to find some alcohol. I'm too lazy. Savages. Shout out to NASA CGI snakes. Let's see.
NASA CGI snakes and Alaska and one Neo. And I see critical thinking always.
Yeah,
Just-
what's up, Jimmy? Hey, dude.
Just checking the chat. Just checking the super chats. All right. I read them all. That's what Red Pill always says. He's like, just checking the health of the stream. All right. Checking the super chats. Or Owen Benjamin. Let me just check the super chats.
Ooh,
Give
and
me
Bill
10
Duke
minutes
23.
while I read them all.
Bill Duke 23, good call. 11-11. 11-11.
Fuck yeah.
Nice
Hell
call,
yeah.
dude. Yeah, way to go,
9/11.
Bill.
9/11 for me. Thanks, man. I would have missed that. Well, actually, I got 2 more hours to go.
Yeah. Well, but
Chill.
it is 11-11 for me, so cheers.
Yep, I caught 9/11 earlier, so I got you spiritually, Ace. You know, in a like non-quantum
Bro.
realm.
Actually, today I caught all the numbers, man. I got an 11/11. I got a 333. I got a fucking 322. A
I
1
got
2
a
3 4.
322, a 444,
Yeah.
and a 555 today.
Oh, I didn't get 444 or 555. Damn. Collecting them, man.
Yeah.
Crazy. Shout out to Troll Queen.
Troll Queen, yes.
That's gotta be Yvette. That has to be Yvette. Shout out to Yvette. I know it's you. I can sense it through the fucking computer. I know it's you. Shout out to Yvette. What's up, girl? Long time. All right. I've been seeing a lot of 322. That gets
Who
you
else
a
is in
wrench.
Flat Earth Subgenius Society. Anders Ace.
Who's that? Flat Earth Who Society? What?
That's Dan, right?
Mhm.
I know. I'm trolling him.
Oh, gotcha.
Right.
Yeah, we figure you are at most times.
But yeah, I really can't stand Dan, but you know, we're friends. That's hilarious.
So one Neo, you know, I've been seeing a lot of 322 as well. It's come up a few times today. I think Karen even saw it earlier today.
I saw 322 today, and that's not something I usually see.
Right.
I was about to say that. I've been seeing it only lately, like
Is that a
actually,
bad omen?
actually this
No.
week.
What does
I-
322 mean?
Well, it could
Well-
mean Jesus. Cathexis talks about this. We just had a conversation last evening
Yeah.
about it.
But I mean, you know what the boogeyman meaning would be, right? Of 322? Like the people that are scared of numbers, the Russian vids in the world, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few of those around. They crack me up.
Right. So 322 is the number. It's Skull and Bones, the secret society at Yale. Their logo literally is the Skull and Bones with a 322 on it. And check this out, a very weird esoteric meaning of 322. And the reason why there would be a skull and bones, right? And I picked this up a while back just looking into transhumanism and whatnot. But the human body has 2 pairs of 22 chromosomes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you get like one. Yeah, anyways, well, the 322 is a transhumanism thing where they're trying to add another set of chromosomes to the DNA to make it like a triple helix, essentially. Does that make sense?
Well, that would be an additionalization of 18, wouldn't it? To go from 48 to 66.
Man, it's been a while, but no, I somebody in chat help us out. But yeah, I believe there's 22 chromosomes. I'm almost positive that that's how many chromosomes we have. And I don't know, man. Dude, this has been like 4 years since I've looked into this, and it was on
I hear you on
channel
that one.
called, yeah, a channel called God, I'm drawing a blank. It's
The
a really good channel.
the Tool
1968.
song 46
Nicholson.
and 2.
Hold on.
Yep.
No, we have
Nicholson,
23
1968.
chromosomes.
Right.
23.
46 and 2
Is
comes
that
from.
is that a man delta?
Oh shit.
No, that. Yeah, because I'm serious. There's a. Okay. All
It
right.
says
This is
each
a
human
way.
cell contains 46 chromosomes in 23 pairs. Honestly, I don't remember the number of chromosomes. I knew it was in the 20s somewhere.
All right, Karen, check this out. That's amazing because I'm gonna have to go look this up. There was an entire video dedicated to this like 322 thing that Nicholson 1968 did
Okay.
years ago. And the whole thing was there's two sets of 22 chromosomes. And the elite are trying to do something weird to add like a third set. And there's your like 322. And what they're trying to do, it's like ancient alchemy, which alchemy, there's plant alchemy. That's one thing, and that's a science. But the alchemy everyone thinks of, like turning lead to gold, well, that's like a cover. That the real alchemy was looking for like the fountain of youth. It's literally, essentially, it's trying to live forever. So these people back in like the 1500s, 1600s, when they're playing around with all this crazy alchemy shit, what they're trying to do is find a way to live forever. And who wouldn't? That's like a worthy thing to try to do, I suppose. You know what I mean? But I 22 chromosomes is retardation. I don't know, guys. I'm just gonna have to fucking refer you to Nicholson 1968. I'm drawing a blank on this shit now. I think I'm being re-Mandelta'd right now. Like my brain is No, really. The thing is, yeah, that's the thing is, like, okay. So now, like, all of a sudden, it's like, yeah, there's 23 chromosomes, and things like wild animals, they have like 24 pairs of chromosomes, whereas domesticated animals have 23. Or is it 22 to 23? Anyways, there's a one chromosome difference. But yeah, 22, yeah, it really does feel like 23 is the right answer now. And it didn't feel like that earlier. I swear to God, I just got fucking re-uploaded.
Well, that's the nature of 23andMe. That's why that company exists, is due to that namesake of the chromosomal thing you're speaking of.
Oh, that makes sense.
23, which is 46 in the way that it is explanationalized across the board.
Yeah, 46 and 2. It's a melody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's weird? That's a Tool song, right?
Exactly.
Tool has another song called 4 Degrees.
Mm-hmm.
At which when we were talking about and this is kind of changing the subject a little bit, but while I'm thinking about it, I got to say it or I'll forget it.
Right.
They have a song called 4 Degrees, and we were talking about solar eclipses the other day, and in solar eclipses, whenever there's an eclipse, your live stream's buffering.
Oh, it's all good here to me.
Oh, okay, it could just be me. My bad. But yeah. So
Yeah,
4
it looks
degrees.
like it to me too. But yeah.
So,
oh shit! Yeah, I don't have it playing. Yep.
uh-oh.
I'm not sure if the rest of it is fine, but in regards to Tool, yes. Please continue.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I refreshed and it's okay. So, anyways, whenever there's a solar eclipse, if you look in the astrology charts of the eclipses, every time that there's a solar eclipse, at least this few eclipses that I would look up the date and time and location of the eclipse, and I would punch it into an astrology chart calculator. Every time there's a solar eclipse, it's exactly 4 degrees off from either Rahu or K2.
4 exactly?
Yeah, 4
degrees?
degrees. It doesn't matter
That's weird.
how long the path of totality is. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter the location, but Rahu and K2 is what we discuss as like these supposed nodes that where the sun's path and the moon's path cross. So every time there's a solar eclipse, well, I mean, I would have to look at multiple more than the
Sure.
few eclipses that I did look at, but all the ones that I did look at, it was 4 degrees off from Rahu. So I thought that was interesting.
Is this both solar and lunar?
No, just solar. I didn't look at lunar.
Okay.
I just looked at solar. I should look at lunar too, though. It'd be interesting because the solar ones I looked at, they were 4 degrees off from Rahu. It would be really interesting if we looked at lunar eclipses and they were 4 degrees off from K2.
Okay, here's my little theory. So Rahu and K2, they're both polarizing light sources, right? So the moon the moon always goes behind the sun. Okay? And that doesn't make sense for a solar eclipse. But what happens is during a solar eclipse, it just so happens it's on that fucking point. It's like at 0 degrees on the ecliptic plane, right? It just so happens that it's full moon eclipses happen when both the sun and the moon are either full moon, meaning 180 degrees apart, or a new moon where they're like completely together. But both bodies are exactly on the ecliptic plane, which the sun is always there, but the moon goes up and down 5 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So normally, when the moon crosses the ecliptic plane, it's not full or it's not a new moon. It only happens like every, several hundred days, right? And then you get a fucking lunar eclipse. Or you get a solar eclipse. The eclipse only happens when both of them are on the ecliptic plane exactly. Okay? That's the point. Now, for a solar eclipse, what I think is happening is the moon goes behind the sun, just like it always does, but it just so happens that it's on the ecliptic plane at this time, and that's where Rahu is. And Rahu completely fucking blocks the sun out. It's a polarizing light source, which I do believe that the sun is actually a form of polarized light as well. Anyways, if you take 2 polarized filters and you turn them 90 degrees, one facing up and one 90 degrees, and you put them on top of each other, it's black. So if you take a polarized filter, you can see straight through it. You take another polarized filter, you can see straight through it. You start putting them together, and they eclipse each other, right? And that's your fucking solar eclipse. Now, same thing with the lunar eclipse. Although now the moon is completely on the other side, but it's on the ecliptic and the sun's way over here. It's on the ecliptic, meaning it's getting blocked by Rahu. Meaning Rahu's coming over, the moon's a polarized light, Rahu's a polarized light, and they start sliding over each other, making that pitch black fucking eclipse, right? So then they're fully over each other. Bam. And now it's like the moon's completely gone, right? Now, at that point that's the point at which the moon and the sun are exactly 180 degrees apart. And I believe at that point, there's something in between them, maybe call it K2, or possibly something above the North Pole, that is a third source of polarization. And you can do this experiment yourself. You take 2 pieces of polarized filter, like for a camera lens. You take 2 of them. You put them on top of each other, black. Okay, now you take those two. They're black, right? Mm-hmm. Check this out. If you take a third polarized filter, a third one, and you put it on top of those two, and you start turning the polarized filter just so, all of a sudden you get light again. You've turned blackness into light with a third polarized filter. And it defies all fucking logic, but I'm telling you, you can do this. But check this out. On top of that, when you take two polarized filters and you have them 90 degrees opposed and they're on top of each other, bam, you have blackness. You can't see through it. It's black. You put the third one on top, and all of a sudden you see light. But guess what? That light is red. Just like a fucking lunar eclipse. So what I'm saying is that a lunar eclipse, to me, I have no proof of this, but it acts like all of a sudden one polarized light source goes over the moon, which could be something like a Rahu, and then when it's at its totality, all of a sudden it reaches a point in the sky, or another body comes across, or whatever you want to call it. There's a third polarized light source, or a polarizing effect from somewhere that's causing it to make that red glow. And just search YouTube. There's all kinds of demos where people put 3 polarized filters on top of each other, and it goes from pure white to pure black with the second one, and then to red with the third one. So anyways, that was a long rant.
That was quite an excellent one, because I've been trying to really get down to the jibbity diggity of what this is, and I think that your explanation there was one that hopefully will be recorded and be within concentration for us to look at later. Looking at it for myself, I'm in agreement with you about how that can be. And do you recall when the August 21st of 2017 eclipse occurred, there was watery kind of elements on different people's garages? Crow uploaded a video or two about this, or mirrored, or whatever you want to call it. People were seeing
the worms.
effects of that. Yeah. And I know you were speaking of a different zone in the redness, but these kind of effects that we can see on our world oppose the heliocentric model and also the geocentric model in terms of sphericity, in the way that I'm looking at this plane, in my view. So yeah, I appreciate your description.
Yeah, that is a very good description, and I agree with that. And I'm a little sad because the second Globie that I tried to invite on the live stream has disappeared. Why do they keep disappearing? I'm asking nicely, aren't I? I'm pretty sure I was asking nicely.
You got one of the nicest voices out there, Karen, and your vocabulary within it is also quite kind. I can't see why anyone would shy away.
I don't know. I don't get it. I blame Ace. They must be scared of Ace. They can't be scared of me. I know I'm not that scary.
Yeah, right. I'm scared. Mommy.
Well, yeah, you can go at it with a lot of angles too. When Ace says, "I'm going to chop your head off," that's just like daring to anybody.
I've never said that.
You may or may not have, but come on, Rhetoric, get on the show.
I've never exactly said. Yeah, and who's listening? Why aren't y'all trying to get some fucking Globetards up in here? Come on, share this shit with the. Yeah, Red's Rhetoric. I'll fucking. That would be child abuse. What I would do to him. CPS would get involved with that one. But no, you know what I mean? Like, all the fucking Globetards, where are they? All the people that love to debate the globe, and they're always like, bring it. Where's all the people that are always on Nathan's show?
Well, it's like what 4:30 in the morning in Scotland and England and everything.
Whatever.
So, you know,
Sure.
wake the fuck up. Eat
Are
your
you
biscuit.
saying
Those
all the
crazy
Globetards
Brits are
are
always up with. They're on our schedule. They're
yeah.
on our schedule.
Okay,
Come on, let's be
yeah.
honest.
All
They're
right.
always up when we're up.
Not only that, but
I'll be sitting at my desk at 11:30, and I'll get messages from people in the UK, and I'm like, "The fuck are you still doing awake?"
Karen, none of them have jobs in the UK. It's like this is a land of like no jobs. It's like everyone just chills at home and they're on the internet all day. It's crazy. I would love to do that. Jesus, that would be great. Give me a council flat, man. And fucking an internet connection. I'm good.
Oh, Guitar, a recollection. You guys are lucky I'm server muted, or I would absolutely crush everyone in this server debate. This isn't a server debate,
Right.
retard.
Come
Wait,
on board, bro.
what are you reading? Where are you
That's
reading
from
that?
your live stream chat. He says,
What?
you're lucky I'm server
Guitar?
muted. We're not on the server. This is not on Discord. This is a hangout.
Why would Guitar be muted? I've seen Guitar a million times back in the day.
Yeah,
Is
I
he
don't
a
know.
Globetard now or something? Guys, share this shit with some fucking Globetards, please.
Did you share it in Discord 24/7 and see if
I
any
don't know.
globies want to
No,
join?
I'm Discord on my computer. It's the resolution. It's too big, so there's all this scrolling I have to do, and I can't even fucking see the things to like scroll. You know what I'm saying? And I
Okay.
don't have a
See,
mouse.
yeah. I was going
I
to post
hate
it in 24/7 about an hour ago,
Please,
but I
yeah.
figured you and Karen
No.
were on
No.
the case with it since.
No, I
you're more-
didn't.
Okay. I'll post it.
Reverend, I put it in cognitive dissonance. Oh my god, you asshole. I love it. That's funny.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Guitar, are you a globetard or a flat tard? Just curious.
I wonder if this is a good idea. I hope you don't get porn bombed.
I don't even care if I do anyways. Until I'm like, I
Wait,
ever
what is
stream.
what is the right room to put it in 24/7 Discord?
All
Because
of
I'm
Like
them.
the
kind of confused.
lobby
All of them.
or debate voice text.
Okay, I see both of them. I see the Flat Earther Lounge. I see debate text.
Yeah, not
no
the Flat
PC.
Earther Lounge, because we don't need any more Flat Earthers. We
Okay,
want
but
globies.
like hashtag lobby debate
Yeah.
text.
Yeah.
Okay,
Whatever.
We want globy
you'll
blood.
know
I'll
when you
spam
know.
it out. Spam
We
it.
need
Here we
globy
go.
blood.
Anywhere. But make sure
Blood
to
and tears from globies.
Yeah, preferably tears. Blood will do, but no semen.
Are there any other rooms other than lobby or debate? Because I'm kind of new to like actually
All of
examining
them.
the server.
All of
just
them.
like everything.
Wherever, yeah.
I don't
Wherever
want to
you
be
think.
like an asshole, but I guess I am already. So who cares?
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. I honestly thought there would be globe trolls here.
There was a couple. I tried to get them to join and they wouldn't. I was asking very nicely.
I know. They just want to argue with people in the chat room. It's crazy. I don't know what it is. Are they like looking for a little quick fix, like a little high of like intellectual superiority? Like, oh, I'm gonna go argue with some flat tard real quick and get my jollies. They're like, oh my god, I can't believe how stupid this person is. And it's like at the same time, it's like, wait, you're talking to a person you think is completely idiotic. What does that make you? It either makes you completely idiotic or it makes you a fucking narcissist, psychopath, because you're preying on the weak. There's no win. It's a lose-lose situation for a fucking globetard to come and try to fucking argue with flat earthers to feel good about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Even if they think they're winning the debate or whatever, and if they honestly think they're talking to someone that's fucking retarded and has no point in whatever what their point, like, okay, Karen, imagine if someone came up to you and tried to debate you that the sky is green.
Mm-hmm.
Would you debate them? Or would you be like, no, you're fucking retarded, the sky's fucking blue, like, how can you not see that? No, it's completely idiotic.
It is
If you
idiotic.
honestly knew the sky's blue, you would never debate someone that the
I'd be
sky's
like, do
green.
you want to take a colorblind test? And we can arrange that for you.
I'm gonna go forage real quick.
Forage for Globies.
No. Yeah, for Globies. No, I'm gonna go get some scotch, I think.
Oh, ooh, damn.
I know. It's like it reminds me of day one of YouTube. Actually, it's a quick story. Yeah, actually, the whole reason I got like Hangouts and everything was because I wanted to talk to Tim Osmond. This was 4 years ago.
Oh
And
shit!
I was brand new to Flat Earth, and everyone was like cutting him down, and I was like, wait a minute, I want to hear what this guy has to say. He's talking about, the globe, and he's got these reasons. Like, shit, I'm down to hear it, right? And everyone was like, oh, you're a troll, blah blah blah. So I like went and figured out how to get Hangouts. I figured out back in the day it was kind of hard to set up a YouTube live stream with Google Hangouts. It was like very convoluted, right? But I set it up, and I'm just sitting there, and I have a plastic cup, like this big orange plastic cup, and I like just poured fucking scotch in it, like really nice scotch. I had like a glass of scotch. I'm like literally debating this fucking idiot, fucking Tim Osmond, and there's 3 other Globetards. They're all debating me, and Ed Upside Down Head was on the fucking panel as a Globetard. They called him in as backup. So it's me versus like 3 or 4 fucking Globies, dude. And I fucking held it down. And that was like 4 years ago. I didn't know shit. And all I was doing was like asking questions. I'm like, so why don't we see different stars 6 months from now? And they beat around the bush, and that's when Tim's like, well, I gotta call my friend Ed Upside Down Head. Like, he's the guy that knows the blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, y'all got 3 of you right there. Like, and it's just me. I'm like, I don't know, man. And I hate it. I wanted to delete that video because, like, I hadn't shaved in a long time. I don't even think I slept for like 2 days or 3
Kind of
days.
crusty,
And
yeah.
I'm like just drinking whiskey, wearing a robe or something, like just chilling on a couch. It was so bad. I was like, I can't even watch that shit now. I'm like, oh my god, dude. I can't watch half my old videos, dude. They're so
Water
cringy.
under the bridge, bro.
So I posted a link to your live stream in the lobby at 24/7, and I said, live and looking for Globies to debate. Any takers? And all I get is, I feel like Globies is a derogatory term. That's derogatory, Karen. I said, you can lodge a complaint with Star Command.
Do they
Nice.
need a safe space, it sounds like?
Yeah.
We should rename cognitive dissonance safe space. What do you think?
Safe space.
Let's see. I got some Jameson. All right, Jameson will do. Just shout out to the Jameson. Let's see.
Oh, okay, Ace.
And
I
a
thought
coffee
you were going to have
mug.
to do a BEERRUN beer run, but it sounds like you have things capable within the cupboard. Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh my God,
There
Ace.
wasn't very. There was hardly anything in there.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
You're poisoning
Well,
yourself right now.
this one's done. What are you talking about?
That's poison.
Is it?
Yes.
I didn't know
Alcohol is poison.
that. Can't poison be good though, or no?
Well, no, that's why it's called poison.
Let's see. I need some light here. I got
Down
wine. I don't want wine
poison.
though.
Yeah,
Here we go.
I've never heard of alcohol receptors in the brain. We know of cannabinoid receptors throughout the human body, but is there an equal one to the formulaics of alcohol that most of us inhibit?
Right.
No, that's the thing. You're right. Yeah, we have cannabinoid receptors. We also have nicotine receptors.
Uh-huh.
But no, alcohol, there is no receptor for alcohol. Your body just responds to it by producing GABA. And GABA is the central neurotransmitter. It's like the mother transmitter of all the transmitters. So when you turn GABA up, essentially what it's doing is turning everything else down. It's like turning the volume down on everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But there's much better ways to get GABA. Like one of them would be like, say, benzodiazepines, right? But those are very harsh, fast acting and really, really harsh, right? But the best way is something called phenibut, and it's completely legal. And you still need to get that, by the way. You definitely need to try that.
Right. You've, we've had communication about that. Now, what is the average price, like, if to get just a
Like
supply of any kind?
$8.
Okay,
$8 will last you like fucking 6 months. It's literally, and the stuff, it depends on what you're trying to go for. So it's a nootropic. So people take it at a dose of, say, like 250 milligrams, right? At that dose, what it does is, so it stimulates GABA B. GABA A is the one that alcohol really affects, and benzodiazepines affect GABA A and B, almost like a 50-50. GABA B is the one that kind of gives you like a little bit of euphoria, confidence, and like, you know what I mean? It like peps you up. You know how sometimes you drink alcohol and it's like, it makes you better at pool. It makes you more sociable. All these good effects, right?
Sure.
Okay. That's GABA B. GABA A is the one where I was talking about, it's like the volume level on your consciousness. GABA A is the one that makes you start tripping over yourself, slurring, and acting a fool, right? Getting into trouble and lowering your inhibitions and all that fucking crazy shit. So alcohol pretty much only affects GABA a little bit GABA B. That's why the only times you ever really got high from drinking, where you were like, oh my God, this is awesome, right? Was when you were like 16, when you first ever drank. You know what I'm saying? Remember those like first times?
Oh, yeah.
Where it was like really fun and it just seemed so awesome, but then it lost its luster, right? And the reason why is because it only affects GABA B so much. So once your tolerance starts going up, it's only going to affect that GABA B that much, but it starts affecting GABA A more and more and more the more you drink. So you start getting clumsy, and GABA A is actually, it's kind of like caffeine. It's like, sure, a little bit it does something, but when you take way too much caffeine, it's not fun. It's awful feeling, right? It's the same with alcohol. But so then you have benzodiazepines like Xanax and all that kind of shit. that affects GABA A and B like 50-50. And that's why people get addicted to like Xanax and shit, is because it's affecting the GABA B a lot more than alcohol. So it's like more enjoyable than alcohol, right? But it's also affecting GABA A. So it's still making you stupid. It's still making you lose your memory. It's the weirdest thing. GABA A makes your memory better. So that's why this phenibut is a nootropic. And people take it that are trying to like biohack and, you know what I'm saying? Like get the most out of their brain and shit. They'll take like low doses, like 250 or 500 milligrams. And for one, it takes off any kind of like little residual anxiety. So a lot of people, the reason they can't think is because they've got all this anxiety. Their brain is, you know, full of all these negative thoughts, and they're like second guessing themselves and all this crazy shit, right? So if you can just kill that, that's immediately going to free up more mental capacity for other things. So GABA B gives you like a little bit of euphoria, as well as it almost like speeds you up. It makes you more social. It makes you have higher ambitions, all these things. So phenibut, the great thing about it, and the only thing that's close to it, is something called gabapentin. Gabapentin is like one of the only other drugs that affects primarily GABA B.
Right.
So when you take this kind of a substance, you get all of the benefits you might expect from like alcohol or Xanax, right? Like the confidence or whatever, the anxiety loss, but you don't get any of the negative slurring or crashing your car or fucking acting like an idiot. You know what I'm saying?
Bingo.
It's it really is. I don't know. I can't say enough good things about it. I haven't taken it in quite a while, but it literally is one of my favorite nootropics, and I do recommend it. So.
Yes, this is
drug dealing.
One of the jokes that we had many moons ago was Ace's apothecary. I can't even pronounce the word right now. What is it? Apothecary of saying that you have like a pharmacologist stand, and you have an
apothecary.
Apothecary. There you go. Thank you, Karen. Yes, and these are many things that within my brain. Look, we can all deal with this on our own individual ways. And so if you think that one thing is absurd or one isn't, look at your own individual comology, a new word, I guess. All the value that comes from these substances, I don't think are ungodly in my view. There's a way that we can have formulations that we decide are all right or are not okay within ourselves, and so that's where I'll end it before rambling for 5,000 years.
Yeah, but no, the thing, like my bottom line stance, I guess, would be, I don't know, man. Honestly, I think alcohol is probably the absolute worst drug of all. Like I don't know, man.
And it's sold on every corner, and that's.
I know, but the thing is, it's one thing if you're just gonna have a drink or two, and you can do that. But it's like my cousin. He, man, dude, he was just one of those people. It's like he couldn't. Like, okay, let me give you a story. I went on a cruise when I was like in my early 20s with a girlfriend or whatever, and I bought this really expensive bottle of Johnny Walker Blue. It's like a $300 bottle of alcohol, right? But it's from the duty free shop. So I got like a hell of a deal, like half off. It still cost me like $100 and something bucks, right? Well, I had a little bit of it, on the cruise ship, whatever. So I get home and, I had just moved out of my house. I moved to a new apartment, and my cousin comes to like hang out with me one day. And next thing you know, I was at work. I get home and he like literally drank almost all that bottle of fucking Johnny Walker Blue. And I like was like, dude, what are you doing? Like I was like, you just literally chugged like $200 worth of liquor right now. I was like, why? Why did you do that, man? And it's like he couldn't help himself. It's like he might have had a little bit, right? But then it's just he had to have more, and that's the problem with it. And it's some people just they can have a beer or two, and then some people cannot. I don't know why it is, but it's like if you can't, then just do other stuff like smoke weed, really. I mean, honestly, because here's the deal. If you smoke a bunch of weed, there's no way you're going to drink yourself silly. You can't. If you're super high, you can't get drunk. It just won't happen. You'll fucking get the spins. Actually, what's going to happen is if you're super high and you start drinking a bunch of alcohol, you're going to start being like, oh, shit. You're going to feel like it's going to be way too much. You're just going to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You're actually going to finally have that thing in your head where you're like, oh, God, I need to stop. Exactly. And you might find yourself on your knees praying to God. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of, I've been there before too, actually. Like I think I was on LSD and weed and maybe alcohol. I don't know, but it was something. And I thought I was going to die. I was like, God, please let me live to the next day. I literally thought I was going to die, but it was the weed. The weed was what was doing it. It was, the weed just makes you more sensitive to everything. It makes you sensitive to your emotions and everything. So it makes you more sensitive to, you know, like if you're poisoning yourself or something, you like really extra notice it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know how we got on that. Yeah, I don't know how we got on that. I keep
trying to procure Globies to do a debate, and they all keep telling me they have no headphones or no mic.
Oh, right. The Globies are always the ones with no mic.
Like the church lady, Jean,
that's funny.
Whatever that guy's name was, Carrie, the guy from the 90s. How convenient.
Yeah, even in Discord, in chat, it's like they're all like, oh, I don't have any headphones. I don't have any mic. Oh, I can't do it.
Okay, that's a lie. That's a lie.
Yeah, how do you not have headphones and a mic on your phone these days? Like, how does that even exist?
Exactly. I'm like one of the most old crusty dudes out here. I'm Hoosier, and I have capabilities. Come on now.
Right. I would just ask them, do you have a cell phone? That's my follow-up question to those people is, you don't have a mic. Do you have a cell phone?
Right. It's got
and they have to say yes. They have to say yes. And if you have a cell phone, then you can be on a fucking hangout because it works just like a phone call. These people are fucking liars. And that's the thing. Like right there, I would never talk to that person again. Anyone that tells me they don't have a mic, they're banned from the server. Actually, going forward, you tell me you don't have a mic, or you don't have any way to fucking talk on voice, you're banned. I'm doing it. That's a new rule that for me. It doesn't have to be for everyone else. But that's bullshit because that's a complete and utter lie. You know it is. You know it is. And if they're willing to lie about that, they'll lie about anything.
Right. Anyone who could involve themselves to this broach, then they'd have the capability to do all sorts of multitudes of things, let alone be just a simple thing as having a way to go ahead and get on a Google Hangouts. I mean, it would be obvious as fuck. You can join in by a click. I don't even have a phone. I'm an old dude, like I told you. But I could have a thing in my hand and I could do the doot doot, just a couple finger pushes. And then all of a sudden I'm talking to Ace McCloud, talking to him about how I think NASA is real.
Fuck yeah.
You could do that.
Yeah, the same people who tell you they don't have headphones or a mic are the same people who tell you that they see curvature from an airplane.
Oh man, that's the worst. Yeah.
I saw it from
That is.
35,000 feet, Karen. I'm not sure
Let's
why I
see.
did my Obama voice there, but it happened. There we go.
We don't
critical
have
thinking
time for the
always.
flat
We don't have
Earth
time.
society.
That's funny.
We do have
That's not-
time for Globies to argue with Ace.
Dude, it's me. They never want to come talk to me. I'm telling you, they'll
It's
go
gotta
talk
be
to Red
you.
Pill because they know Red Pill is a fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Because they know he's a noob.
Yeah, that they want to talk to the noobs. They want their easy fix. I'm telling you, I've made Jim Panda literally rage quit. Within 10 minutes, I get on, we're talking, and I pinned him to the corner. I can't give you an example because I have to do it real time, but what I do to these people is I make them dig their own grave with what they're saying, and then I point out that the thing they originally said is a contradiction to the hole they just dug, and it glitches them out. And either they'll rage and start ad homing like crazy, or they'll literally just quit. Dude, I'm sure I have a fucking recording. It's Gem Panda literally like a hyena. I mean, he just fucking hyena'd.
Like
He
a hyena.
loomed. Yeah, he was looming and everything. Yeah.
He was looming.
Burp.
I was just reading the chat. It's like, no need to debate. We are right. And then one CGI Snakes is like, no super chat on lol. Yeah, you got the joke. Oh, Hoosier. Haha, you're right. There's no super chat.
Oh shit, that was a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I scrolled up. I hadn't been watching chat, but good.
Yeah, I was just saying that was a long time ago. Of the super chat, I totally see what you're saying about when people are like, "Hey, let's look at how the stream, the stream flavor. That's not the right word at all. How the stream health is, and then the stream." I said all sorts of words there. Looking at this YouTube thing, it's really weird to look at how people are like. How making money off of YouTube, it's a funny thing to cast out upon a bunch of characters. Jaren's been accused of this, but look, Super Chat is voluntary. I don't know why people do it. Sometimes people give a bunch of bucks. I've seen like $100 drops, I guess, which, look, we're all talking about paperback currency here. The world banks are still in a state of turmoil, in my view. So that's a whole different thing. So I won't go too far off on that. So, yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I have super chat on my channel. I hardly ever get them, but it's like people like to do it just because it shows up in the chat. They want to have their comment be, stand out.
Yeah.
Whatever. If that's what they want to do, if they want to spend their fiat petrol currency on a super chat, that's their right. That's my view.
Honestly, the way I see it, that shit, the money you spend on super chat, it's just coming back to you anyways.
Yeah.
Everything you do that's hooking people up, when you hook people up in life, your life gets hooked up. It might not be instantly, but it does. And now it doesn't if you're doing it for the reason like the Joel Osteens, right? Like,
yeah,
give me $1,000 and all of a sudden you're gonna get that new
can live
boat
in
you
a
want.
20,000 square foot mansion that has 18 AC units and like 10 pools. Like,
But the thing is,
that's
it's
ridiculous.
it might not even be material, but I'm telling you, your quality of life goes up the more you do shit like that. I'm telling you, and you get
I
it's
super
not.
chat people. Like I super chat Nathan's channel. I've super chatted Nathan's just to
Did
shit talk trolls so that
yeah.
it'll stick up there, and I love it. It's funny. People laugh. It's like,
Did I
dude, I do
ever
it, and I'm like, dude, it's like the best $5 I ever spent. Everybody laughed their asses off.
right? Yeah, and you hooked up. You hooked up a fellow.
And I supported a flat
Yeah,
earther. I
right.
don't have any problem supporting flat earthers.
Yeah,
Like,
it's win-win.
dude,
I'm telling
people
you, and
make billions of dollars off of lies every day. Billions. Billions. More money than we'll ever see in our entire lifetimes off of
all
fucking
right,
lies. So if
here,
somebody's going to sit here and talk the truth, I'll throw them a $5 or whatever.
yeah,
Like, who cares?
and here's the bottom line point though, that if you're saying,
Globy in the chat. Globy in
yeah,
the chat.
Yeah,
Hey,
real quick,
we
do you
okay,
want
found
to
him.
join?
hold on,
Kenneth, Earth is a globe. Kenneth, do you want to
all right, all right,
join?
all
Do
right,
you
real
want to
quick.
join and debate?
Here's the bottom line though. If you're saying, "Oh my God, blah blah blah, super chat's a waste of money," you're already completely in the wrong mindset. Nothing's a waste of money. Money is nothing. We live in complete abundance. There's
Yeah.
so much around. We literally live on an apple farm. And just imagine if you lived on an apple farm, right? And you got all these fucking apples. You got so many apples you don't know what to do with. Now, let me tell you this. Let's say a friend or a family member came and stayed the night for a few nights. Do you know what's going to happen when they leave? You're sending them home with fucking baskets of apples. Actually, you're trying to give them so many apples, they're telling you, no, I've got enough apples. Like I can't carry this many apples, or I don't know what to do with this many apples. And this is the bottom line. Okay, look, that's the abundance we live in, and we don't recognize it. So let me tell you this. How about this? Let's say the next time a pizza guy comes to your door and you start tipping him and you just start fucking flopping 20s, 20, 20, 20. Eventually, you start putting a bunch of 20s in his hand, there's going to be a point where he says, whoa, this is too much. I can't handle it. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's say you get up to like
Right.
160 bucks. He's like, whoa, that's too much. That's too much.
It's
Like, I can't handle it.
This is beyond my pizza abilities.
Okay, but guess what? That money, it's the same thing as the fucking apples. It's always there. There's always going to be more apples. They're always going to be there. Fucking, why do we cut ourselves off from giving or receiving? Like, it's nothing. This shit is nothing, man. And I'm telling you, this is 100% true. Fucking try it. Try fucking tipping somebody fucking outrageous amount of money. Just do it. Why not? If you're thinking of it as a loss, let me ask you this. Do you think that apple farmer, do you think when he's like trying to give 100 apples to that person that spent the night, do you think he's feeling any regret for giving those apples? No, he's not feeling any regret. And you shouldn't feel any regret for anything you do as far as like tipping or donating, any of these things that you do that's charitable, right? If you're donating or doing whatever and you're like, that kind of hurt me, right? Then you're going to get that back in return, that hurt feeling that you fucking put into it. Like, I'm telling you, it's the very fact that if you can't tip a pizza guy 150 bucks, like if you can't just do that and not think twice about it, like give them 150 bucks. And if you have the feeling of, man, I shouldn't have done that, or that was too much, or I could have used that money some other way, then you're in the wrong mindset completely.
There you go.
You are. This is abundance. Absolutely, you're always taken care of. You always have been. You will always be okay, no matter what. Look, the point is, when you tip that dude $150 and you feel that kind of like, I shouldn't have done that, kind of like, whatever, you're just not in the right mindset to receive more. If you tip them that $150 and it's like no sweat, and it's like, man, I wish I could have gave you more, that's when you're going to have more abundance than you ever could imagine in your life.
Right. And I'd also like to cemently absolute it by saying that Ace has been within this mindset for years and years and years. And there's been providence and bountifulness in my life within that consideration. I've used his examples in my own, ways that I won't describe right now. But you could examine it and maybe, make your own conclusions. But I've went ahead and I've given people things. And guess what? I'm still alive and I'm still kicking. And so there's a whole lot to say to that. Boom, boom.
Thanks. Yeah, the whole point is, it's not what you give or any of that. It's the mindset. It's like, it's one thing to be charitable, but it's another thing. Okay, it is one thing to be charitable, but then there's two options. Either you're charitable and you feel like, oh, it's hurting me to let go of this, right? Or you feel like that apple farmer where it's like, man, I got way too many of these apples. They're going to waste. I don't know what to fucking do with them. I'm going to have to just throw them away. So let me give them to you. And then there's that point where it's like, you are like, damn, you're trying to give me too much. I don't even know what to do with it. We should all, if we all lived in that mindset where we're all trying to do for others, like to the point where they can't, it's like, okay, if I'm Hoosier, right? So
Right.
I don't know an example to give you, but if you needed something,
Right.
and I'm like, just, it's too much. You're like, hey, I need food for this week or whatever, and I just came with a Swanson's truck and just started unloading fucking dollies of food into your garage. There would be a point where you're like, I can't eat this much food myself ever. Like, it's all going to go to waste. Like, that's the point of which we need to be interacting with each other.
Yeah.
It's actually greedy if you tip somebody, whatever it is, $5, $10, $20. If you're tipping them and you're thinking to yourself, that kind of hurt a little bit, I could have used that money. If you're even thinking about it in any way at all, like it's some kind of a chore to do what you're doing, you're cursing yourself. You're actually cursing yourself. You think you're doing a good thing giving someone a $20 tip, but if you do that, if you give them that $20 tip and at the same time you're like, damn, I kind of needed that, you're actually cursing yourself to have worse financial times in the upcoming times ahead. You're actually saying, I need that. You're saying I'm in a scarcity mode, and you're promoting scarcity, and it's all bad. I'm telling you, if let's say you had $100 in your bank account and all you had was your car and you're living out of it, like, you should be able to tip somebody fucking $20 and not even think about it. I know. That's like 1/5 of your entire life savings. Why not? Because guess what? The only thing that can happen is you can get more. There's not going to be any less. You're already at less. What less is there? Like, we're all at the bottom here, unless I'm talking to some fucking billionaires, which I don't think so. And this is financially, but of course there's spiritual and like all these other forms of currency, right? Which I'm highly rich in all the other ones, but I'm just saying, it's just an example, man. I'm telling you, like, it's a mindset. I'm trying to just share this particular kind of mindset where it's not like you don't give a fuck or anything like that, but it's like, you know, you're literally a child of God and God wants the best for you. If you knew you were a child of God, like, what's off limits? What don't you deserve? What do you not deserve?
Hallelujah, running through you. That's a Frank America song, by the way. Shout out to Frank. Ace, that was absolutely wonderful to hear. I completely agree. There's a
Yo.
thing when it comes to monetary holdments. I could be living out of a car right now, and if I had a couple childs with me, that'd be a whole different case. I'm in a warm place here in the winter of Indiana, and most of us are in a somewhat constrained place of being at least cared for. These elements of commercialness and giving towards, I totally agree with you. I am on board salutingly with it struggles me to find the exact vocabulary other than to say that the uh, the the dollars that we have that we shell out, let's say that I give $150 that I don't have to pay my light bill tomorrow to the pizza guy coming today. I've already examined this enough to know for me that this is all coming. A lot of people die who think that they had it coming, though. How would you answer to that, to people who might have a contrary? Do you know what I mean by that, or should I
No.
explain?
Yeah, give me an example. Sorry.
Well, people who say, well, there's just a bunch of people who are fucked up and then they die. How would that equal into what you were saying? I don't mean it like contrary, but just like as people who end up trying to live their life, giving out more, who end up going asunder.
I don't know. I mean, what, like bad things happening to good people or something, or what? Like, I don't know. Like, what's the example?
The thousands of people who die daily.
Who are they, though? I don't know any of them.
I
Did they
don't know
die?
any of them either. We see
Did they die?
somewhat credible reports. That's a good
I
question.
mean, they
I don't know.
lived their life. They lived the exact life they were supposed to. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, I have a brother that died about 8 years ago. He was 21, and he died of a random, perfectly healthy. Actually, his friends, right before he died, like, they started calling him Jesus Scott.
Oh,
They
really?
literally, yeah, like, to be funny. You know, they were like kind of those kind of almost hipsterish kids, but like the really witty, like not hipsters, but like kind of just, you know, different. But yeah, they started calling him like Jesus Scott and shit. And no, the dude, he was such a good kid, you know, and absolutely. And for a while, of course, I thought it was such a bad thing, and like, oh my God, God, how could you let good things or bad things happen to good people, whatever. Like, literally one of the best people that didn't deserve to die. Like, you know, the good die young slogan, like it literally,
Only the good die young.
right, it was one of those. It was like it proved that mantra. And you know, didn't understand it, whatever. And I was like pretty much an atheist at that time too.
Yeah.
But long story short, it's like later on I figure, you know, I realize we're all here for our part or our reason, and there's nothing bad about somebody dying at this age or that age or whatever. They didn't get cheated, nothing. Like, he actually had more positive life experience probably in his 21 years than a lot of people have in their 100 years, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
with
bingo.
some of these people.
Yep, dude.
So and plus, what's the difference between 21 years and 100 years when we're talking about eternity?
Oh yeah, yeah. The
Think about it.
slightest, of course. Yep.
There is no. It's like the difference between me blinking my eye or like blinking my eye and then like a little bit. You know, it's like there's no difference.
Boink boink.
Shout out to Bob. Bob's missed a lot of cool times. Hey, that Globetard idiot. Wait, is that a word?
Zaproneth.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Oh, Zap's back. Okay.
I already told you that we wouldn't shout at you. We'll be very nice, just like I'm talking to you right now. This isn't Nathan's. If you want to come on and debate and defend the honor of the globe, it will be very civil. You want to join?
Me thinks he's scared. Chaman, you want to come on the panel, eh? That's my best Jamaican. I'm sorry, I can't do any better. I'm going to. I gotta refresh my phone. Sorry, be right back.
Yeah, when it comes to it, that was pretty average Jamaican. I can't even do any better, so I won't try. But hello, Bob, and hello, everyone. I'm trying to look at YouTube. Here's the real deal when it comes to people that we might have seen when Ace talks about his brother and all sorts of other things. Look, live your life as truly as you can. That's Hoosier Flatty's way of going about it. It's never shown me wrong or badly. And so there it is. Boop, boop. When it comes down to Globers trying to challenge Ace McLeod, it's been funny that we haven't found any, but maybe we will. This is like maybe his first time. There it is. I'll silence and just hello to everyone, and hello to Ace, and hello to your extraneous example of like bring it on. That's a good example, I think, and let's just see what happens.
Yeah. Bring it on and tip well.
There you go. Super chat well too.
No, really, it's true. Like if y'all didn't take anything away other than that one part I was talking about, you know, the tipping and all that, and the apple farmer and abundance. The whole point is that we live in a world of abundance.
Agreed.
It is.
Yeah.
We are in the Garden of Eden still. Like nothing's changed. It's just our perception, and we got tricked into thinking there's all this scarcity and whatnot. No, there's not. Drive around your city. Look at all these fucking giant ass houses everywhere and shit, and fancy cars. Like there's, please believe me, there's abundance everywhere.
Yes, thank you. That's I won't cut you off for too long. I just want to say that yes, that was my point earlier.
All right.
There is abundance all around me, and thank you for saying so. That was my point.
Okay. All right. Look, The Secret, right? Everyone wants to tell you about The Secret and manifesting shit and all this shit. It's not The Secret. What The Secret is there was a spell put on you that makes you think you're not worthy of deserving shit. That's the secret. There is no secret. There's no like secret of manifesting all this shit. It's just when you're in line with God and nature, shit falls in place like a fucking miracle. It's unbelievable. Actually, The Secret is also a scam, because The Secret is a greedy thing. It's like, oh, I want this, I want this thing. Like, I want to manifest this thing. Guess what? When you just allow the universe to unfold itself in front of you, it will provide you things that are better than that piece of shit you were trying to manifest in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you're trying to manifest, like, okay, like if you're trying to plan a trip somewhere, right? I'm going to plan a trip to drive across the country to this place, versus those times in your life where you didn't make any plans and you just ended up having a wild time, and next thing you know, you're on the roof of a penthouse at this crazy party with all these fucking strippers and cocaine everywhere and shit, right? And there's no way you could have never planned to be up on that penthouse when you were on the street and these girls shouted down at you and your friend, and they're like, hey, come up, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, it just... everything that's really awesome in life, like when you find the love of your life or whatever, you weren't looking for her. You didn't know who she was, or he, whatever. It's like it just happened. And you could have never imagined, like, you thought,
Of course.
you had an idea of what you liked, or, whatever, but you say to yourself every night, you're like, wow, this is better than I could have ever imagined. I couldn't have planned a better... you couldn't have planned it better. And that's the thing. The Secret is a scam. And also, where most people are right now, where they feel like they're in this scarcity, they feel like they don't deserve anything, all this shit. It's bullshit, man. We literally live in abundance. It's it's literally raining money. If you, like, I'm sorry to bring it about money, but that's the only thing. People are stuck thinking about money. And like I said, if you can't tip the pizza guy $150 and feel completely great about doing that, then you absolutely are not living in harmony with the universe. You're not going to get what you want. I'm telling you. You're not.
Right.
You have to be willing to fucking put it all on the line, like a fucking poker bet. Like, bam, I'm all in.
I'm all in.
Because you
Harmonious.
know you've got the nuts, which is you're fucking completely in line. You resonating with the universe. You fucking have God. You know that you're literally God's fucking creation. He fucking created you and is going to take care of you. Like, did you know if the oxygen content, like, changed by like 5%, we'd all be dead? Or if the temperature, like, worldwide, like, just changed by a few degrees, we'd all fucking die. Like, everyone thinks they have to do all this shit to survive and all these things. No, 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 no. Like, the only reason you're alive or surviving is because it's by God's will alone. Like, that's out of your hands. Like, you need to stop worrying about any of that. You don't
Right,
need to
bro.
worry about bills. Check this out. You have $1,000 mortgage coming up. You only have $800 in your bank account. What good is it to worry about that for the next 2 weeks until it comes up? Let me tell you this. The only thing that's going to happen from worrying about it for the next 2 weeks is that you're going to end up with not the money to pay that mortgage. If you just say, hey, I got this mortgage to come up. I only have $800. I'm 200 short. Like, whatever. It is what it is. And then you don't even fucking think about it again. Because guess what? It's irrelevant to your life. Your life where you're actually, like, living, right? It's fucking irrelevant. You can live in your car. You know somebody. None of that shit matters. But the point is, when you're in that mindset, like, of course it's going to work out. Like, why wouldn't it? It always does. It's going to work out. It always does, and it always has. How many times is it going to take for you to worry about a bill coming up or whatever to get it through your head that it always works out? To this day, it's always worked out. You're still here. Stop fucking worrying about shit. You're only hurting your own life, and that's exactly where the fucking elite bastards want you. They want you in fear. They want you thinking scarcity. All this shit, man. They want you to think you're not worthy. You're fucking worthy of everything. All of it. I'm gonna stop ranting for a minute. Karen, do you have anything to add? What are you doing? Battling trolls or something in the chat?
I had an old stalker showing up in the chat.
Whatever.
I know.
Dude,
I just tried to
Mike,
ban him.
go away. Just
I banned him.
Just
You'd
I
think
don't know.
after 2 years that somebody would get over it and like stop that shit, but no. He's still retarded.
Sad
He's still retarded.
So KB Man's Flatbird, I think I will upload that vid exposing you. Hey, I want to see that vid. Is it sexy?
Hell no, ain't nothing sexy about it.
What vid? Whatever,
There is
dude.
no vid. That's the thing.
Bro, like, are you a real person? Mike Flatbird, like, I've talked to you before. Are you real? Are you I know you're obsessed, but like, what is the deal here? I don't get, like, this isn't like life or death. It's like, oh my god, blah blah blah, so I'm gonna expose you. What are you thinking? Like, what is your
Right.
what are you thinking the end goal's gonna be? Do you think you're gonna end up like getting married and shit? Like, what's your end goal? Because it sounds like you want to like reconcile your relationship, but at the same time you're destroying it. So I don't get.
He sits there and threatens me like I'm gonna expose you, but really, like I saved all the screenshots from all the nasty shit that he said to me. If he really wanted to go toe to toe with me, I could destroy him. The things that he said to me, he threatened me. He is bigoted. He hates black people. He saw me sitting next to a black dude on the live stream for the first conference, and he was like, "Why are you sitting next to that nigger?" Like he's legit bigoted. He saw me on a live stream with Bro Sanchez, and he was like, "Why are you talking to that ghetto?" You know, like he was legit going racist.
Yeah. Mike, I'm talking to you now. Let me know, what is your end result goal that you're going for? What do you wish to accomplish in the long run? Like, what is it by communicating here? What are you trying to accomplish? Like, do you want to patch things up, or do you want to I don't know. Are you trying to win the heart of a sweetheart here? Like, what are you trying to do? I don't get it. Are you just trying to troll? Are you just psychotic? Like, what do you want out of what you're doing here? I don't get it.
Definitely psychotic. Definitely.
Well,
Most
I mean,
definitely.
yeah,
Like,
but
there's no question.
I know, but you can be psychotic, but the thing is, when you do things and you make actions, usually it's for a reason. Like, you're trying to accomplish an end goal. And that's what I want to know, because what it sounds like what's going on here is it's like a never-ending loop of just nonsense. But like, I know that in his head he's got this end goal of like a perfect life. Like, what is your perfect life, Mike Flatbird? Like, what would it be? Would it be like, you have some babies with Karen or something? Like, what is it? Like,
Hell no. Hell no.
Well, whatever. You know what I'm saying.
No.
But no, there's gotta be this end result that because you don't act this way, which is out of like a weird passion thing for no reason. There's there's something you're thinking about in your head, like, hey, I want this to happen, and I'm frustrated that it's not happening, so I'm gonna act out, and I'm gonna expose you.
As you interact with other individuals via text in your voice thing, we've already dealt with this an hour or so ago. We can't communicate with people conveniently enough or accurately enough. Convenience is obviously there, but how can you attempt to reach out to Blackbird or Mike, whoever bird, in anything with any sort of accuracy within the way that we can speak right now? And then it has to go further too. But like, why even ask? Like, to try to get him to say something? Will he? Will this person? We don't even know if it's a he. It could just be some
it's just going to be more
lady named Cheryl from
psychobabble.
Michigan City. Yeah.
All it will be is a bunch of psychobabble. It's not even worth it.
Right, and I don't even mean to doom or glim.
The thing is, no one's ever asked him his objectives. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he might not even know his own objectives. He might be caught in this weird feedback loop kind of a thing and not know, where he's coming or going. But I'm telling you, everyone has, like, when you're talking to someone, there's a thing in the back of your head where you're like, this is the ideal thing, and this is why I'm doing this, is because I want it to end up this way. Right? Yes? No?
I guess.
Well, it certainly seems to be.
Well, when you're pursuing somebody like that, like you're pursuing someone, you're actively trying to.
Dude, he would threaten me. He said he was going to send people to quote unquote take care of me and knock the electricity out of my house, and he was threatening me, literally threatening me.
These are vagabond phantoms, what I can see, but
vagabond phantoms. Is Bob still in chat? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
let's get him on here.
Yeah, I would like to talk to Bob.
I don't know if Bob's still in there or not. He talked a little bit. Yes, NASA CGI snakes for real. For real. I could prove it. I saved it all. I almost called the cops and filed a police report. I was that close. He was freaky. It was freaky.
From this entire standpoint, I am a man. I'm not a woman. I know that there are violent
wait a minute. I want to see a shoulder bust shot. No, I want to see it.
Look, Ace, the way that I have vocabulary, okay, you don't want a dick pic? Is that what you're saying? All right. Okay, no dick pics. No dick pics. All right.
No, I just want to see your ring finger and your pointer finger or whatever. Your ring finger and your middle finger. Whatever, those two fingers that are supposed to be a girl finger or boy finger. Whatever. I don't know. Who gives a shit? Anyways, let's continue on with your story. That was so stupid. Yeah.
I forgot now, though. God damn it.
I know.
You started by saying that you were not a woman.
I know, right? Ain't that a good way to start off the fucking story?
I was telling you that I was being threatened and stalked.
Shit.
Look, any person that will threaten you and say, I'm going to come for you, Karen, I'm going to see you, I'm going to banter about the shower rods, with my little flimsy fingers in my transy way.
Wait, like this, Hoosier? Karen, I'm gonna come for you.
Well, that doesn't well,
I didn't mean it like that, but
you should be afraid. You should be very afraid. 31 watching. Let's check the super chats.
32.
Read them all. Okay. Health of the stream, looking good. Sorry, go ahead.
Now, when I'm
totally coming for you.
When I'm coming for you as Sasquatch over the shower rods, one of the things that I look for is, look, are there any Globies who actually want to argue with Ace? I don't think it's gonna happen.
Never.
I totally felt it.
No. I've done this before in the past. No one ever. No. And it's like, oh, by the way, everyone in chat, please share this stream. Try to get a fucking Globetard, Red's Rhetoric, or Red's Little Red Riding Dick,
Dude,
Nasa's
I
Dick,
saw
or whatever.
Indio even shared it in the debate server. And
Right,
nobody
I know.
showed up.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone's wanting to debate all the time. Here we go. Open platform right now. And we got 2 moderators. Somebody, please.
Defend the honor of the globe.
Look, I don't want to be flat-tarded anymore. I want to believe back the globe-tardness. Let me just tell me about it. Like, tell me how globy it is and why I need to not, not think it's not a globe or whatever.
Prove to me the soggy ball in space. Prove it.
Please.
I want to be on the soggy ball in space.
I don't like to be ostracized. I don't like feeling special.
I'm so lonely.
I don't want to feel special anymore. You're just a flat earther because you want to feel special about yourself.
Yeah, that's one of those real like scaling arguments.
Yeah.
I hate that. It's almost like that flake that you have on the inner like bridge of your nose. You have to kind of wipe off occasionally. Maybe only
that crusted Coke.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, you just want to be this way because you want to be special. Oh, that's one of my most writhing, fist-wrenching. Grr.
I hate that. I hate that.
What is
yeah.
What Ace? Will you put SC on at 1K? What is SC?
Super chat.
No, I don't have monetization. I don't. I can't. The thing is, so here's the deal. I can't.
You can't monetize or do any of that until 1,000.
I can't. Well,
at least I don't think you can't.
No, you can monetize before 1,000. I am not eligible to monetize my channel. I'm also not eligible to send super chats. I cannot use Google Wallet, and Google Wallet is tied to everything. Like if you want to buy an app from the App Store, right? I cannot purchase an app from the App Store. I have been blacklisted from Google Wallet because of this stupid little phone game I used to play all the time. It replaced TV for me, and I'm grateful for it because it got me off TV. And it was interactive, and I was talking to people, and that's where I first got on to like line chat and then Discord, actually. Before people were using Discord for Flat Earth, actually. I had Discord. But it was a game on the phone called Castle Clash, which is a little bit like Clash of Clans, but way better. Anyways, it's one of those games you sink endless hours upgrading all your shit and like getting new abilities for heroes and shit like that. Well, and it's also a game where people have spent literally $50,000. There are people, and I used to like subscribe them on YouTube just to watch them like do shit. There's like a gambling aspect to this game where it's called Rolling for Heroes, and you roll 300 gems at a time, and that's like literally like $5 a pop. Like bam, $5, $5, $5, and you're literally rolling. And it gives you 3 random heroes. And there's like green, blue, and purple. And purple's like the good ones, right? But then there's like good ones, but then there's like the really good ones, like the rare ones, like the ones everyone wants. And you might have to roll like 100 times to get that like really good one. And it became popular, these rolling videos. People would literally load up like $300 US in cash to get like gems, and they just sit there and like roll. Then if you're lucky enough to get that hero, you roll for its talent. And like you want like that good talent. But you don't just want the talent, you want it to be 5 of 5. Like if you get the talent and it's 3 of 5, that's not good enough. It's got to be 5 of 5. So you like roll that bitch for like $3 a pop. Like bam, bam, bam. Anyways, there's people that have literally spent, I'm not kidding you, $50,000 on this game. Multiple people, tons of people spent thousands, and millions have spent hundreds. This game literally was the top grossing game of all time for revenue. It before mobile app games became popular, the top grossing title of all time was Grand Theft Auto. And it was like $1 billion game, right? Well, then some game came out called Clash of Clans, which is like a similar kind of game. And it was like multi-billions. Anyways, Castle Clash, this little stupid game on a phone, and it's free to play. Anyone can play for free and compete. Well, this game was earning like $10 billion a year or some shit like that. It was insane, dude. That like I saw a fucking graph of like the money they're making, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, I don't know why we're talking about that per se. I think I got way off track, but yeah, that's a little like side note, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I got off track. Sorry.
No,
No problem.
Blackbird is back in chat. He's calling me a witch and a liar.
Well, let him. That's fine.
And an actress.
Yeah, just let him. Fuck
I
it.
know. He's upset because I'm
Dig our
telling
own
the
grave.
truth. Listen, go ahead and try to expose me. You've been saying that you're going to expose me for almost 2 years, you stupid fucking loser. 2 years.
Right, and will you have the balls to join and talk with us tonight? I'll be fair with you.
Oh,
And,
there you go.
Let's go.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
Mike, you want to join the panel?
Do you want to come on panel and show everybody how fucking retarded you are?
We can't have
Come on,
the
panel.
YouTube chat thing to be like our ultimate thing. Like, come on, let's do within the vocality of human beings as natural.
Jerry.
Jerry.
Montel. Wait, who was it? Arsenio. Remember where they used to like throw their fist in the air? Arsenio. Arsenio Hall. Oh yeah. Woo. Oh my
Calling
God,
me
what
out
a
to being
shit
a
show.
complete liar. Listen, I've got all the screenshots of you threatening me. Please try to call me a liar. Please give me an excuse to show everybody what a fucking retard liar you are.
Right. The purpose of this show tonight is for Ace to bring on people who are willing to digress with him. Now, it doesn't mean that you need to have every agreement or whatever. Obviously, just come aboard.
No, fuck that. You narcissist motherfucker. This ain't about you, bro. Like, why don't you...
Well, sure.
What? No, not you, Hoosier. This Mike guy. Mike, type in clear English. What is your end goal objective? What do you want to happen at the end of the day when all of the dust has settled? What's your perfect life with you in this scenario? How do you want it to end? What would be the perfect scenario?
Oh, now he's making excuses. I don't use Google Hangouts. I do Skype or talk on Discord.
No, Mike. What is your end? Like the goal you have for your like finals, like when everything. Let's say you get your way, you prove all the points, everything. Where do you see yourself at the end of all of this? Where do you see yourself? Where do you see Karen? Where do you see me? Where do you see Hoosier? Like give me a picture of like your happy place, like when everything is like you've got your way at the end. Everything, like you proved all the points, like whatever, you've won hearts back. Like, where do you want to be? Do you want to have like a family and you and Karen are married and y'all have kids and all this
You're gonna make
happy
me
stuff,
throw up.
or do you want like Karen to be in jail, like facing the death sentence, like, or do you want her to like be on top of a burning wood pile, like, on a cross, like where, like,
He does call
tell
me a witch.
me,
Maybe he does
I
want me
know,
to burn at the stake.
Mike, tell me what are you expecting to get out of this dialogue you're having? Where do you want it to end? Where do you see it going? Go. Shoot.
Okay, look what he says. Where she threw me under the bus, and I even lost friends over it, and
No.
lost my
No, no,
admin
no, no,
role
no,
at
no, no.
home. No, listen.
Yeah.
Lost my admin role at my home server, 24/7 FE
Okay.
Discord. Listen, Mike.
Yeah.
I didn't
Mike.
do that. You did that to yourself, dude. All I did was show ODD the screenshots of what you said to me, and he did that because you
Mike.
did that to yourself.
Mike, that's not what I'm asking. You're like just saying things. I'm asking, where do you wish that this ends up? What's the final goal? Where will you be happy with the resolution of whatever this is? I'm not asking, oh, she did this or that. I'm asking, in the future, where do you see this going? Like, what's your ultimate objective? Like, if you could have your way, if you could just have your fucking way, like, completely, like, where would you be? Like, what would happen? Like, how would the future look if you just like won everything? If everyone believed you of everything, like what would be happening right now? Like, give me a little snippet of go ahead.
Okay, listen to what he says in chat. He says, I want her to stop banning me every freaking place I go. Okay, listen, Mike, the only reason that you got banned is because you wouldn't leave me alone. You would not leave me alone, and you would not stop sending me threatening messages. You would not leave me alone. I told you to leave me alone, and you would not do it. That's why you got banned and blocked and banned and blocked. Repeat, wash, rinse, repeat, okay? That's why. Because you don't know how to leave me the fuck alone. You are not sweet. You're fucking retarded. You're crazy. You're mental. You're not sweet. You're a psycho.
So here's the deal, Mike. Do you understand that Karen apparently doesn't wish to really talk to you anymore, like, at all? Like, do you realize that you're the one that keeps bringing this up? Like, she didn't come looking for you to try to start shit. It's kind of like you're here.
Yeah, you came here. You came here and started talking to me. So fuck off. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
No, it's Mike, dude. Yeah, I mean, do you read back the shit you write, or do you even think about like what you're saying before you say it, or do you? Wow. Okay. Anyways, any Globetards in chat? Man, these fucking Globetards, man, y'all are a bunch of pussies, dude. The fuck? I know you're listening, like just sitting there. Like, there's 36 people watching. There's got to be like 10 Globe trolls. Like, get an authorization letter from your boss or whatever. Like, let's do this thing. Come on. Okay, Mike, get the fuck off of my channel. You're no longer welcome here, okay? We're done with this. We're not talking about this anymore.
Over it.
You're a fucking narcissist, and you're trying to steal attention, which, guess what? Right now, you're getting attention. You're
Do you know
getting
what
it.
he used to tell me? I'll tell you guys what he used to tell me. He used to tell me, I did talk to Mike privately for a little while, and he was very nice for a couple of months, and then he went psycho on me. And then he started telling me that I was not allowed to talk to anybody else. I was not allowed to talk to any other men. I was not allowed to do any more flat earthing, and that he was this star what the fuck does he call himself? An indigo star child, god,
Starseed?
whatever the
Oh,
fuck he calls himself.
Starseed?
And he would say, "You
Star Child?
humans don't understand. You don't even come up to my ankles. You're not going to get to heaven without me." That's what he would tell me, that I would not go to heaven without him, that I was not allowed to speak to or sit next to black people. Okay?
Yeah.
This is the shit that he used to tell me.
It's
That's
pretty
why he
bad.
gets banned and blocked and banned and blocked
Now,
and banned
now,
and blocked.
Karen, if you have been witness to any sort of template of such a degree, then well, maybe it is a template. I can only speak of it other than what you've said to me, but look, natural, honest people don't agree to any sort of template. We're just doing our own thing, and so that kind of shit is whack.
No, he was trying to control me and tell me what I could or could not do and who I could or could not speak to, and I ain't having that shit. Sorry.
Have you seen this person?
In real life?
Like a
No, I never
picture?
even met him in real life.
Picture?
Yeah, he sent me pictures, yeah.
Oh. I can't even imagine. Like, I'm trying to picture what he would look like. I can't.
Yeah. Karen
Like,
B ain't
I'm
having
just
that
thinking.
shit.
I'm just thinking about Forrest Gump. Like, I can't really picture anything.
Yeah, you're not far off.
Yeah, dude.
I think about
I'm
Forrest
sorry,
Gump.
man. Yeah.
I think about the sparkles of the many millions of light bringing sparkles. I took a walk today. I saw all those brilliant gajillions, as Cammy might
Sparkles?
say, right? Yeah, sparkles. These focusing little tinglings of light that we see that are bing, 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 everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. And so that's where I'm at. It got me so asunder that I can't even finish my sentence. But fuck people who try to control you, Karen. That's
Amen.
messed up.
I am so over that shit. Nobody
Right,
is
unless
controlling
they're
me.
your master and you're their slave, or or
I
just
am
regular
my own
submissive.
master.
Yeah.
Nobody
But
tells
yeah, the
Karen B
thing
what
is,
to do.
the thing is, submission is given and it's earned. It's not something you just force on somebody. They want to be submissive to you. You don't just start telling people what to do. Somebody asks you to tell them what to do. That's how it works. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If it is honestly agreed.
If it's
Of
honestly
course.
agreed, yeah. But see, I don't agree. I don't agree to that. I don't want anybody telling me what to do.
Yeah, and you've made that known, and this guy is. It's literally like the loony bin. It's the craziest thing. I've never seen anything like it. Well,
It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years. Over 2 years.
I know. What did you do to this guy? No, I'm just kidding.
I've never even met him in real life.
Imagine if you have.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right? Like, Jesus.
Frank America has called it physical life. That's kind of what I like to call it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, physical life. Because it's all real, but right.
Yeah.
Never met face
Anyways,
to face.
these people are just acting out of insecurity. It's the same old same. It's at first like insecurity seems like weakness. Then it seems like this crazy aggression, but it's the same weakness. It's like just what you said. It's like, oh, you're talking to these other people and blah blah blah. It's an insecurity about themselves. They don't feel good enough. It's a personal problem. It has nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
know that. I know
It's
that because he would
yeah.
say that I was that all I wanted was attention. That all I did was talk to dudes all day. He was jealous I talked to dudes all day. I'm like, this is flat Earth. What do you? There's mostly dudes are in flat Earth. Like, what? I can't control who's here to talk to. Like, what do you expect?
You should have been like, you talk to dudes all day. What are you,
Yeah, right.
gay or something, nigga?
Yeah, right.
You gay, motherfucker?
No.
Anyways, it's I feel bad. I feel like this person has like a really bad mental condition. I almost feel bad trying to make fun of him, and I
try
don't
to just
know. It
ignore it, but when he
sucks,
wants to
man.
come in here and try to threaten me and say
Yeah.
he's going to expose me, go fuck yourself. That's all I got to say about that. Go ahead and try to expose me. Fuck you, fuck yourself. Do it. I fucking dare you.
How does one fuck themselves?
A sort of, I don't know, existential blammo. Yeah.
Well, so it doesn't
Anywho,
look like any
where are all the globe
Globetards.
champions?
I
Where's all
know.
the globe champions? Where's all the globe champions?
Dude,
I was going
really,
to try to
look.
like role play as a Glober
Nah.
and try to argue with the ace, but I knew it wouldn't fly off him.
Everybody in chat listening right now, have y'all tried to share the stream or get anybody to debate? Like, I will debate anybody. Find anyone. No one's off limits. Like, there's anybody,
bro.
please. How come Red Pill Philosophy, when he goes live, he gets every Globetard at once, all on his panel? He's got Lewis Hackett, fucking Little Red's riding NASA's dick or whatever that kid's name is, and he's got fucking all of them. He's
Little
got
Red
Gem
riding
Panda. He's got Gem Panda. He's got literally all of the fucking Globetards. What's that guy? Fighting the Flat Earth dude. He's got Godless Engineer. Why? How come when he goes live, they're all jumping to get on his fucking panel? But how come every time I've tried to do one of these fucking debates, and I've done them for years, every time it not ever, never once does anyone ever fucking jump on? Except for the first one I ever did, which had Tim Osmond, Ed Upside Down Head, and this guy Adam Moray or some shit, and one other Globetard.
Now,
And it was 4-on-1. What?
right, and that was a brilliant battle. I heard you describe that earlier, Ace. Here's what I can say about Red Pill Philosophy versus Godless Engineers debate earlier. He had, at least a couple of hours ago, about 500 watching, right? He has a 205 subscriber, 205,000 subscriber basis. Now, that doesn't quite equal what you might think, and I'm not even sure of the, telemetrics of all this. But anyways, there were 500 people watching, at least in the numbers that we get, on a channel that was of 205,000 subscribers of Red Pill Philosophy. So what does that mean? I'm not sure, but that's what I can tell you.
It don't mean shit, because anybody, it's not just him, it's all these people make little debate shows, and all these people go on. Y'all motherfuckers are scared of me.
It's
And you
because
know you are.
when they look like big dummies, they want the biggest audience possible.
No, it's look, I've seen people debating on channels that have 6 fucking people watching. These Globetards they jump all over all these noob flat earth people. They're always there, and they're always willing to fucking talk and give their 2 cents. And I've never banned any fucking Globetard from my channel. And I used to post the join link right in the chat. And still, people wouldn't fucking come on. What is it? Is it me? Is it my suit, my tie? Like, what is it? I'm telling you, there's something weird, man. These people, they stay the fuck away, and I don't know why it is. I want to know why.
I think that there must be an element of you, obviously, Ace,
It
because
has to be.
you're
Yeah, good.
you're you're an excellent dude. Like you can slice down some stuff. If like just for an example, if me as a person were to put up a flat Earth debate, come on everyone, and send out the link.
Try it, Hoosier. I guarantee you'll have people on your channel. I know you would. At
what
least at first, yeah. Try it. Try it tomorrow. Set up a stream, even if you have no subs on your channel, right? Like a few, right? I promise you, set up a stream called Flat Earth Debate. You know, anyone join, whatever. You'll have Tim Osmond. You'll have all these people joining. I promise. I will make you a bet.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it tomorrow night at like 6 or 7 Eastern.
Whatever. I'm
Sure.
off tomorrow. Let's do it. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, let's do this. I will be awake, and the furtherance of that, in thinking of that, but however, if you have a presence there, won't that curtsy the conclusion of the event? Like, are you saying that your presence itself is of such that nobody will try to draw upon the, I'm dancing down upon my fingers here. By dancing I mean just
Pretty
like
much, yeah.
like 1 2 3 4, and
Yeah,
because
pretty
all
much.
these elements are preposterous.
All I'm saying is anytime anyone does anything debate related, there's people on chat. Negatory, you ready to jump on this thing or what?
Yeah, let's go. I'll be silent the whole time, but okay, I guess he doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, whatever.
Negator.
How about you send this link or whatever to your friends at the office or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, find me somebody to debate. Negator, please.
Negator is not a good debater. All he does is say you're a liar or you're wrong.
Yeah,
He's not a good debater.
He's a good controller of a conversation is what he is.
Yeah, he's a good loudmouth.
And I respect that.
That's about it.
You know, I'm a fellow salesman. I get it. No one from 24/7 has gotten back to you?
No, I tried multiple times.
Okay, who's in voice chat on 24?
Let me see.
Oh my gosh, like nobody. There's really nobody in voice chat right now.
Oh wow, that's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of quiet over there.
Oh yeah, there's like nobody. You're right, Karen. I've been trying to do this 24/7 thing the last 24 hours, and I jumped in there a little earlier tonight, and people were talking about like foundational stuff, and I really wanted to like say it, but it seemed like it was of people that were like just of the quality
Noobs.
of knowing this. Yeah, noobs, dude. And so I'm not the best like noob instructor. I do want to be a teacher, but I don't think that worked for me. So I zipped out, but I did exhibit it, and so I'm at least knowing of what's going on there. So hopefully that means something.
I mean, yeah, just hang around. I mean, you'll figure out what to do. You know what I mean? And it's different every day. Like every day, it's not the same every day. Like sometimes there's more high level shit going on. Sometimes there's just a bunch of like new people that really want to hear information. Then some days there's like 50 trolls and coordinated attacks from like Mario Smash Brothers like Like, yeah, like a bunch of, like literally the other day, all these fucking trolls from some kind of Mario Smash Brothers Discord server came to raid us, right? And they're raiding us, and oh my god, we're all stupid, and the globe, and this and that. But the thing is, like, we've got so many people over there that know what the fuck they're talking about, and like we can flash fucking gifs and pics and fucking like arguments at them like so fast that some of that shit seeps in, and guess what? We end up getting one or two of them every time. Like someone does a chat raid with like 40 people, next thing you know, like 3 of them are still on the voice server like 8 hours later. Even if they're not talking, or maybe 1 or 2 of them are talking and they're like literally like having a back and forth question, well, how does this work? How does this work? But the point is, they came because they thought, oh, flat earth is so retarded, we're going to go fucking troll these flat earthers, right? Like this server with 12,000 people in it. By the way, we have a Discord server with 12,000 members. It's called 24/7 Flat Earth. If you're not on it, you're an idiot, but whatever. Anyway, so yeah, the people, they see it's a big server, it's flat earth, and they come to try to troll. And for the most part, most of them are complete idiots, and they're like, if earth was flat, cats would have knocked everything off the edge or whatever, right? Like, the time, like, the Flat Earth Society has members all around the globe. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, ha ha, like, whatever. Anyway, so most of them, they get banned with a quickness or sent to timeout, or, they just get bored and leave. But some of these people end up sticking around every time. Right. So every chat raid, I don't care, you bring 40 people, we're stealing 1 or 2 of them. You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah. I never comprehended it as comprehensively as you have said now. I have dreams about this, and I see these people's faces, and maybe it's a salute, maybe it's just whatever. Dreams are what they are. Totally. Thank you for explaining it completely that way, Saru. That's my hand is at my forehead with a salute right now towards all that. Man, who knows what dreams may come, right? Mm-hmm.
Man, I had some badass dreams last week. I'll just tell you that much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of them, actually about dreams. That's one of the reasons I stopped smoking weed, was like get back into dreaming and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to.
Jimmy and you and I were talking all about that. The cessation of cannabis and dream world, of course. Yep.
Oh yeah, it's a direct correlation for sure. But sorry. Hello. Anyways.
Hello.
Why are you whistling?
Just because I heard it before. Yeah, people are whistling.
Yeah. No, I used to actually astral project quite a bit years ago, and I stopped doing it because I don't know, there was like spiritual stuff and just all the things you hear when you're growing up, like, ooh, like all that kind of stuff is like demons or evil, right? Well, anyways, that kind of shit got to me, and I had that like feeling like maybe I shouldn't be doing this, right? Like nothing particular, but just, I don't know. But anyways, I fucking got over, I realized all that shit was to keep you from your joy and your fucking power, you are supposed to fucking be meditating and trying to reach higher states of consciousness. Like all this Bible shit like, oh, you shouldn't activate your third eye. Well, then why the fuck do you have a fucking third eye?
Mhm.
Why do you have it if you're not supposed to fucking activate it? The fuck's wrong with you people? What do you mean you're not supposed to meditate? It fucking brings you peace and fucking all kinds of other shit you can't even imagine because you've never tried it. Anyways, so the other night I was telling somebody before I went to sleep, I was like, man, I feel like I'm going to have lucid dreams tonight or astral project. I was like, I'm going to try to astral project. And I did. And actually the time before that, I told someone I feel like I'm going to have lucid dreams tonight. I had like 10 lucid dreams that night. I
Nice.
fucking told them all about it. Anyways,
Mhm.
so this was a couple nights ago. I'm laying there completely still, meditating, and I'm like awake in my head, but eyes closed and just laying perfectly still. And I get to that point where you start feeling like energy in your body. Because if you lay still long enough while staying awake, your body like it kind of like falls asleep. It's almost like you're in a sleep paralysis mode. Well, when that happens, you'll start feeling like energy in your body and you can move it around. You can like move the energy to your feet and you feel like your feet buzzing, and you can move it to your arm, and you can even do something like, okay, so you're laying in bed completely still. You've been laying there for like 10 minutes, no movement. Your body's like asleep. You can do something along the lines of like, it feels like you're gonna try to like lift your arm off the bed, right? Like, okay, I feel like I'm gonna lift my arm, but you don't actually lift your arm. Like, you don't like put enough effort into it to actually like move your physical arm, right? But you still put the effort in like you're lifting your arm, but just like a little bit, right? And you will actually feel, I call it like your spirit arm. You'll feel like you're lifting your arm. You can feel it like moving around. You're just laying there and you're just thinking about like moving your arm, and you can fucking feel it. Okay. Anyways, I got to the point where the energy in the body, it was beginning to be a lot. And it never fails. I've done it hundreds of times now, or at least 100 times I've done this. And it gets scary, but at the same time it feels good. It feels like, I don't know, like a strong buzz of like a drug of some kind, like really strong. Like, okay, how about this? Those times like we were talking about earlier where you did weed and maybe another drug and you're like praying to God, like you don't die, right? Right?
Mhm.
Okay. But at the same time, you feel good, right? Like before the praying part, you're like, wow, I feel like too good. And it's like your body lets you know, it's like, wait a minute, I feel too good right now. Like this isn't right. Like I shouldn't feel this good. Like I might die. You know what I'm saying? So you get to this point where you're doing this meditation and you have all this energy where the buzz and the feeling it's so strong. It's like overwhelming. Anyways, I was getting to that point where I was like getting scared. I was like, but I was telling myself, I'm like, no, 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 no. Like I've done this 100 times. It's like, I'm gonna be fine. So I like calmed myself down. And I got to the point where I was trying to get out of my body. And I kept trying to do it the old way I knew, which was this: you make a dot in front of your head and you like push it out towards the ceiling, all with your eyes closed. And it wasn't working. Then I had the idea. I was like, wait a minute. What if I just fall through my body? Like I just let gravity just suck me down, right? And sure enough, that shit worked instantly. I went like just imagine you're laying on the bed and just like a trap door opens underneath you, and you start falling into a
Yep.
bottomless pit. You start falling into a bottomless pit. That's what it feels like. So I'm like, whoa, shit. You get that feeling in your stomach like you're on a roller coaster and everything. You're like, oh shit. And at first I was like, no. And then I was like, oh my God, this is fucking awesome. And next thing you know, I'm in fucking outer space. Literally, like what you would think of as outer space. Except there was nothing to see. It was just blackness. And I was like, why can't I see anything? And I was getting frustrated. I was like, damn it. Next thing you know, I like, yeah, I start like spinning around and I start seeing like faint, like little stars in the distance. Then I turn around and I see what looks like a moon. And I was like, what? Fucking A. And I start like flying towards it. And I'm getting closer and closer. And this fucking moon, it's like got all this detail, right? Well, anyways, I'm like examining this fucking moon. By the way, I only saw one face of the moon, even though I think I flew around it. I can't quite remember. Well, anyways, looking at the moon, whatever, I like fly away. Next thing you know, I like land on ground and I'm in a scene sort of like a dream in a way, but I'm like completely fucking conscious of everything. I'm 100% active participant. And I'm just like walking around examining stuff and I'm like looking at shit and it's got so much detail and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe how much fucking detail there is. I'm like, I'm dreaming right now, but like, anyways, there was a scene where there was people in a hot tub and shit, and then I flew away and I went to this big castle thing on a mountain, and I'm up at the front doors, and like where there would be like a door knocker, right? Like ding, ding, ding. I'm looking at it, and there's this mechanical fucking device, and it has like these 4 leaves, but it's all metal, like these real flimsy little leaves. And I'm pushing one of them. And it's like, boom. And as I push it, it's like activating all this mechanical shit. And I'm looking at it like in great detail. And the fucking detail was astonishing. And you know, like a Rube Goldberg device is?
Oh, of course. All those
okay.
complicated machines are friends. Yep.
Right. So like I press this leaf and it's like bendy metal. And I'm like push it in, but it's like attached to something, and like that thing that it's attached to like moves something, boy. And I can see all of the mechanical linkage, and I'm like push it in, and I'm like, oh my God, and I'm like, and it's like starting to rotate, but like as I like push a leaf and then like rotates and like push it again and it like rotates more, and I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I'm like literally putting my face up to it, like looking at all the detail. I was like, how can this be fucking real? Then the door opens. I'm like, oh shit. And I get that creepy feeling like, should I fucking go in this place? And I wrote all this shit down. And the thing is, I have all this fucking memory of the whole thing. Dude, the whole thing ended. Anyways, I walk in. Let me just tell the whole story. Fuck it. I'm already doing it.
Yep.
I walk in. I feel like the place is kind of like abandoned, but I get this feeling like I'm going to run into somebody. But I didn't. And I'm looking in all these rooms, and there's like furniture and shit. Then I go in this one room, and it's like almost like a kid's room, but it has like all these toys everywhere, like tons of them. And there's a lot of like remote control cars. And I pick up this remote, and then I'm looking, and then I see like this big truck, but then I see like a fucking monster truck with dually tires. But it's like half my size. I mean, it's a fucking big ass remote control car. I was like, what? And I take the remote, and I'm like, and I'm driving it around. So I'm driving this remote control car around, and I know that I just stole this from some kid's room, right? Like I'm completely aware of what's going on. Like just imagine if you really in real life walked into someone's house and you're like playing with their toys. Like I had complete awareness. I was not in a dream at this point. So
Yes.
I end up running into somebody, and then they try to battle me, dude. This guy is like, "What are you doing?" and blah blah blah. And then he was like trying to battle me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So I'm like trying to drive this remote control car at him and shit, bro, like at full speed. And the remote control car, but like in the dream or whatever I was, like a lucid dream at this point. Like it went from astral projection to like kind of into a lucid dream.
Oh, I know the flow. Yep.
So, and then it ended up more into a dream at the end. I'll get into that. But like I wasn't quite as lucid anymore, and I got taken advantage of, by the way. Anyways, so I'm trying to fight this guy like Pokemon style, like me standing here and you're across the room, and like he's like throwing shit at me, and I'm like, oh, I know, I'm gonna drive this fucking car into him, and I'm trying to do it, but the car keeps like veering off, and it's like boom, like hitting the wall, and then I'm like, oh shit, reverse, and I'm trying to like get it back off the wall, and then I'm like trying to drive it into him, but it's like I had no control of this car. Like I kept
be that way. Yep.
Yeah, I kept trying to drive this fucking car, and then he's like, "That's my fucking truck, bro," and blah blah blah. Next thing you know, we're like kind of like friends after this whole ordeal. Like no one got hurt, whatever. And then we're walking, and he's like, "Yeah, let me go swimming or something." And we go upstairs, and there's like, and by the way, this is like a fucking mansion. Like you can only imagine the richest of the rich kind of person would own. Up on top of a mountain, by the way, too. So we go into this area that's got like multiple swimming pools and like a hot tub with like trees and shit inside. And I'm just blown away by the scenery. I'm like, holy shit, this is nice. Like, and this dude's like fucking ends up like taking all his clothes off, and I didn't see nothing except his ass as he like went into this pool. And I was like, dude, what the fuck, bro? And then I'm like, dude, where's the fucking chicks at? Like I asked him that, and nothing. And I asked that same question in the same dream earlier, by the way. I like flew, and like I told you, there's this hot tub earlier, and I don't want to get sidetracked,
Right.
But chicks did come earlier, but nothing happened. But I was like, oh shit, there's the chicks. But anyways,
it all exists. Yep.
This was way cooler than a dream with chicks in it. But so he's like swimming. I'm like walking around examining all this shit, and fuck. There. So anyways, I'm gonna skip that part. But it goes to. We're walking down like a hallway, and it becomes more like a bunch of fluorescent lighting, like you're walking into like a hospital setting or like a business, like, you know what I mean? Like instead of the dark setting of this house, it's like more business hospital.
Right.
And there's all these other people, and apparently that's like his family, and they like own this house, and they own like all these sections, and one of the buildings or sections was called like Mexico, and like one of them was called something else. Anyways, they're like, hey, do you have your I knew the name, and I wrote it down, by the way, but I can't remember it, but it had an amazing name. It's like it would be a great invention, but like, do you have your transponder or whatever? And I was like, what's that? And they gave it to me, and it's like this thing that clipped onto your belt loop, and it has like a screen and shit, and you can like security cameras, and it's like a communication thing. Like it's got camera, like all the cameras of the house, and like you can talk to people and shit like that, like two-way communication.
Of course.
Okay. So I'm like looking at this thing. I was like, wow, that's fucking cool. And we're talking, and they're like talking about how they have this business, and that this is like a corporation headquarters. It's not somebody's house. And I was like, oh shit, whatever. Then I'm looking, and I was like, oh shit, there's people breaking in. like on my little transponder thing. And like I'm looking at the screen and there's like these like 3 people breaking in or whatever, and I'm telling people and they're like, "Oh no, that's just whatever these kids or whatever that there's they're authorized, they're supposed to be here." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Then I look down and there's like a person wearing a mask that was like behind them, like coaxing them. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I was
Okay.
like, "Oh shit." I was like, "No, there is somebody." And then next thing you know, that person's right there and shit. And they're like, fuck, I don't really remember what happens, but next thing you know, I'm talking to them. I can't remember all the details. I'd have to reread my notes. But the bottom line is we're talking, and then something happens, and I find out it's like, yeah, they were trying to kill me at first, and I'm like trying to like fight them off and shit. And next thing you know, then they're like, oh, well, you're a worthy opponent type of thing. And they were like, this is all something, something. Like, we're here at blah, blah, blah. And we need you to basically do something to, like, help whatever. And then, bam, next thing you know, I get stuck in the neck with a fucking needle, dude. I was like, what the fuck, dude? And they're like, oh, what we're going to do is, and there was such a fucking awesome name for what this was. A rep, like a clone rep. I need to read my notes, bro. But essentially, like a clone that you're able to control. But it was a name that implies that. It's like an avatar. Like, okay, so they were like, we're gonna essentially clone you so that you can control this clone to like go do some kind of fucking mission or some shit, right? Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? And as they're telling me that and I'm figuring out that that's like what they wanted out of me or whatever, the drug they put in my neck fucking starts putting me to sleep. And that's when I woke up. So was I in a cloning center or not? I don't know. Is anybody still even listening to this shit?
Ace, Adam, I'm still obviously listening. Here's what I can say. The drug that might have been plugged, let's look at that, all right? I have colors upon me that are, I've been closing my eyes for a while. However, my voice sounds really, really weird right now.
You
Okay.
sound a little drunk, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Within the descriptions that you give, I have seen people do that to each other in Dreamland, and I'm not sure what that means. To answer your question, I'm trying to answer your question. Okay.
Like sticking people with drugs in the neck. Oh, there's another one where I did, a person had this drug and it was like spice. But the thing is, like, you smoked it and you could fly. And then my cousin kept fucking wanting to do it, and I like had to fucking intervention his ass and shit. And I was like, dude, no. That was a good one. Dude, you know what? I'm gonna do a fucking hangout one day, and I'm literally gonna like read all my dream journal shit because I started writing this shit down. And by the way, since I started writing this shit down, I have had more and more, and then more vivid dreams and like better recall. Like I can like I can still remember all these dreams. By the way, there's another there's a supplement. It's called Hooperzine A. You can buy it from Nootropics Depot, and you take the shit, and it's people normally take it to like enhance their short-term memory. And it's in a lot of supplements like Alpha Brain and all these things that are like meant to like, help your brain and, focus and all that shit, right? So that's what it's for. Oh, is this it? Yeah, this is it. Anyways, Huperzine A. I ordered the stuff and then I found out afterwards that people are using it to like boost their lucid dreaming ability and everything. And I guess the reason it works is because it helps your short-term memory.
Mhm.
So, you go to sleep, you have a dream, and you wake up, next thing you know, because your short-term memory is enhanced, all of a sudden, bam, you remember the fucking dream better. But yeah, Huperzine. So here I found the my dream journal thing. I sent it to a person. I said, "Oh my God, I've been having the best night ever dreaming, and it's only been an hour." That was February 8th at 12:49 a.m. I went to bed at midnight. It had been 50 minutes. I said, I went straight into astral projection, fell through my body, flew in outer space for a while, then entered a more standard dream. But I was active participant. Then I was at your house, but different. And your dog was there. I wasn't very lucid for it, but great detail. Towards the end, we were going to have sex, but you kept having to finish something at the computer, and I had to leave soon. Then walked around the house. You came to find me. I can't really remember what happened after that. Then I woke up and changed positions, and I went into another lucid dream flying around, and it became a maze, sort of. I found a large house, did a secret thing when I rang a doorbell and it opened. Kind of creepy. House, but decided not to be scared. Played with a giant remote monster truck. Battled a guy with it. It was his. Then we kind of became friends. Went to his hot tub. The place had several very fancy pools. I asked, "Where's the girls?" Anyways, we end up meeting other people. His dad. Find out the house is also some huge corporate building. Then they gave me a device I forgot the name of, has a screen. There was an intruder alert. Intruder asked me to punch in codes. I say it's my first day. Oh yeah, the intruder asked me like, "Here, punch in the codes to do whatever." And I'm like, "Dude, I just started." Yeah, I became an employee, by the way, in the stream. Like they recruited me. And I was like, "I don't know the fucking codes, dude." So, yeah. Later, as some elaborate scheme, they gave me a shot and pulled a hair. Oh yeah, they pulled a hair off my head. I corrected a girl on how I corrected a girl on how to aurora, as in Northern Lights, how to spell aurora or say aurora. She kept saying it wrong. And I was like, Aurora, like as in Northern Lights? I was like, it's Aurora. They asked if I knew what an active alter is. That's what it is. They asked me if I knew what an active alter is. They were going to clone me so I can control it. Then I woke up. There's so much more in other dreams. One part was in the ocean. Oh yeah, the ocean dream. Damn, so crazy. I took Huperzine A before bed, but I already felt like a good lucid dream night while meditating listening to the show earlier. Okay, back to bed. Sweet dreams. I hope I'm not really part of some cloning thing. That's what I said to somebody on February 8th. Isn't that fucking nuts?
Oh man,
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for saying that.
Hoosier, what do you think? Active alter. That's what my clone was called, an active alter. Isn't that a crazy name
no.
for a clone? An active alter?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
and I'll see you in heaven. Oh man, yes, sir. I'm kind of blighted by even asking so, but your question is potent, and thinking of like
Is
what would I think of so much of thinking of you so well, I'll see you in heaven.
Hey,
That's
is
not,
Karen still around, or did she fall asleep? Did we put her to sleep?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the screen in a while.
Ah, oh well, noob. Yeah, she probably went to bed. Shit, I guess I'll go to bed since none of you fucking Globetards want a piece of this shit, cause you know I'll fucking stab you in your fucking third eye with the ice pick of truth. An ice pick of truth. I'm sorry, that was probably really violent sounding. Look, I like when I started talking about the dreams, the fucking viewers started dropping. No one likes hearing about dreams. Hoosier, are you there?
I am totally here.
Yeah.
When I saw you in heaven.
Then what happened?
I'm totally here. I'm not sure, dude. I don't know about audience or anything of those sorts, but
Yeah.
I'm just here.
Yeah. Well, fuck it. I guess I'm gonna go to bed or whatever. It's been a good night, I think. Accomplished a lot. Killed a bunch of globetard dumbasses. Wait, what is well, let me look in chat real quick. Dan says Delano TV used my moon and sun video in the sky at the same time video and didn't give me credit. Dan, you need to fucking copyright strike that motherfucker. By the way, I have two videos on my channel of a full moon, a completely full moon that I zoom in on, and then I turn completely around and I zoom in on the sun above the horizon. This shit is from like 4 years ago. It's like the first video I uploaded on my channel. It's called like Full Moon During the Day or some shit. And then like a year or two after that, I uploaded another video with the full moon out during the day. By the way, the first video was like 9:30 in the morning in October. Fucking October. And if you don't understand what that means, you know, in the winter in America, the nights are longer and the days are shorter. So it seems like you would have a better chance of seeing a full moon out during the day in the summer, right? Like August, when the days are super long, right? Like, and there's, you know what I mean? You know where I'm going with that.
Exactly.
But the thing is, ever since I saw that, I would look for it, you know, and I never would see another full moon out during the day, even in the summer. But for some reason, during that winter in October, I fucking saw a Selenelion type of full moon. So
I will be strong.
damn, that's funny. I know he watches good channels at least, because he ripped them off. What's up, Dan W? You fucking shill. You missed a good stream, idiot. What were you doing? Sleeping? You're not woke.
Here
I'm sorry.
in
Dan W is woke. I'm just playing. Here in heaven.
would
Karen B, wake
you
your fucking
know my
ass up.
name?
Hold on. Damn it. I lost it. Let me see. I can't get back to my my main screen where I can like mute and unmute and like see the hangout because I left it on my phone. But let's see. Karen B, wake up. Hey. Wake up. Karen, wake up.
She might have gone a slumber.
Maybe she's having a private discussion with Mike Flatbird.
Oh, maybe.
How loud was that? I just like vaped right into the microphone.
Pretty loud. Yeah, it was loud.
Well, I can't mute, you know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of why I wanted to mute my phone so I could like hit a vape. Oh, by the way, it's 33% battery at 11:40 p.m. And you're listening to Joe Jackson's Coming On Out.
Would you know my name?
Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Like, y'all are fucking troopers.
If you saw me in heaven. Nice to see Ace.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. Yep.
Oh, I wasn't. But yeah, Carl, good point. I don't have that option, man. Trust me, I've looked everywhere. This isn't the first time I've had this problem. If I join a hangout on my phone, but I click a link, right? So let's say I click a link from Discord, or let's say I click a link from a text message. Well, if I leave that call, all of a sudden, if I try to go back, it just shows me my Discord or it shows me like text messages and shit.
Right.
Only if I join a call from Hangouts itself, which is like impossible to do if you have a link for a Hangout, right? Like you can't just join a fucking Hangout from Hangouts. You have to like click a link. Well, the point is if you click a link to join a Hangout on mobile, you have to stay on that fucking Hangout screen. If you leave the Hangouts screen to like say check a chat room or like look at an email or whatever, you cannot get back to that fucking Hangout screen no matter what you do. I've looked at everything.
Be strong.
Yes, Hangout says you're already in a call. Like let's say I try to re-click the link, right? It's like you're already in a call, and then it goes away.
Carry on.
Anyways.
Ace, I know you will carry on.
I don't know what
Here
song you're
in
singing.
heaven. Look, it's that air clapping thing. But we can carry on within your song that you want to sing on. Please carry it on within the way that you want to do it.
Yeah.
I will be strong.
Well, that's a good outro, I think. So.
And I know Ace will be strong.
Karen's a punk.
Here in heaven. Do, 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 do.
Karen went to make out with Mike Flatburn, I guess.
I guess so.
They're probably like in the bathroom or something.
Peace. I didn't mean to overwhelm. So we can have conversations. Let's continue though. If you guys are up.
No, I don't know, man. I really honestly thought, like, I didn't think that any Globetards were going to join right away, but I honestly thought within a reasonable amount of time, like an hour or two, I figured at least by an hour, I would have lots of Globetards in my chat trying to debate.
And they did not.
No.
They didn't. No.
They fucking stay away. And guess what? Tim Osmond is wrenched on my channel. I've wrenched these fucking trolls so they won't get banned and shit. And they don't fucking come here. I'm telling you, man. And also, if I go on other people's chats, like Issa's today, I went on Issa's for a little bit. And there was like 2 fucking Globetards and then also P-Mars and somebody else. And next thing you know, I get on and I'm like talking for just a minute. and I tried to address somebody, and they weren't in chat anymore or on the panel. Like, two people
Narrator
literally
challenge.
left.
Mhm.
I swear, dude, it feels like people are running from me, and I don't think they really are. It's a coincidence. Because I'm telling you, man, if
Certainly.
anyone, who here in chat, like, who watched that red pill philosophy debate today? Anybody?
I did.
Because honestly, like, you know, he did okay, but that shit was cringy. Not just because Godless Engineer was a complete idiot, but also red pill philosophy, he just doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. At all. It was bad. It was, God, that was so bad. Like, how could anyone? I couldn't watch the whole thing, man. I was like in and out, and I was like talking to other people, and I was trying to follow chat, and it was so fast. It's like, is
Right.
red pill philosophy a shill just to make flat Earth look bad? That's what I'm starting to think.
I have no clue. We can certainly discuss that briefly. But when it comes to like, why don't people
Dave
come
knows.
on your thing, Ace?
Yeah.
Because it's just not worked out. So
No, I'll tell you why. Because I'm Ace motherfucking McCloud, and they know exactly what's gonna happen. They know they cannot get around me. They can't do their little Jedi mind tricks on me. They can't fucking circumvent the fucking conversation. They can't get that shit off track. I'm gonna call them out on all their bullshit, and I'm gonna make them look fucking retarded like they are. Because guess what? If you're a fucking globetard, that look, the normal globetards, like your family and shit, right? They're not actually globetards. They're people that don't know either way. They don't give a fuck. Like, sure, they think the Earth's round, but they've never thought about it. You know what I mean? Now, these globetard people that come to debate shit, they've been around the flat Earth debate for a while. They've heard the talking points, yet they've chose not to like really dig in and research, right? Because if they have, they would know at best it's a stalemate. It's like, hey, you know, neither of us can prove our point, whatever. You know, I understand you have things that make it look your way. I've got some stuff that makes it look my way. It's like, cool. But these people claim that we have no points. They would have you believe that flat-tards believe the flat earth, and there's not even one reason to even believe it at all. They say there's not even one reason. Really? You think all these fucking people, and I dare to say there's millions of flat-tards. I would say there's millions. You mean to tell me all these million fucking flat-tards fucking believe it's flat based on not one reason whatsoever? Like, these globetards will have you believe. I can't believe there's not even one reason anyone would ever believe the Earth's flat. Not one. Like seeing a city 50 miles away. That's not a good enough reason to like maybe question it. No, they're so wrapped up in their fucking bullshit, and I'm gonna fucking call you out on it. Schmick, come join me, please. Schmick, you want to come on the panel? I want to have a friendly chat with you. Let's go, motherfucker! Gonna join the panel or not? Schmick? Ace McClown, you're deluded. What am I deluded about? Why don't you fucking speak up? Use your words, little boy. Schmick. What am I deluded about? Help me. I don't want to be deluded. I don't want to be deluded, Schmick. Can you help me here? Please help me. I don't want to be deluded. I don't want to be a flat tard. I want to be a globetard. Help me. Schmick. Help me, Schmick. You're my only hope. Schmick, you're my only hope. Anybody get the Star Wars reference? Probably not. Schmick. Sounds like a fucking Jew name to me. Are you a fucking Jew, Schmick? Yeah, you're a fucking Jew, aren't you? Fucking dirty bitch. Well,
No! Oh, I guess that was just the sound of somebody leaving. Oh well. I don't know, man. None of the Globetards want to get defeated tonight, so sorry guys. I know y'all came for a bloodbath, but whatever. Hey Schmick, you fucking dirty kike. Why don't you come on the panel so I can stab you in your third eye with an ice pick? Yeah, I didn't think so. Fucking retard. Alright, whatever. I'm going to bed. Fuck it. Bye. Good night. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry there was no debate. Hopefully y'all garnered at least a little bit of something from what I said earlier, about tipping and, all that good stuff. If you didn't hear that little rant about tipping and how we live in abundance, then you should probably rewind to at least hear that part, because I thought it was pretty good and it is 100% truth. And good night, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I'll do something soon. I've been wanting to stream more. I do have something coming soon with MIDI HC. I'm going to be doing essentially, like, think of it like if you were to write a book, right? So I've been wanting to write a book about an experience 7 or 8 years ago that was very spiritual. I went from being an atheist to knowing God, like literally, being in the presence of God, and to the point where I had the script of reality in my head. Like let's say me and you are having a conversation. I knew everything you were going to say before you said it, right? Like the script, which sucked. So I went from atheist to,
actually asking God to lay off. Like, I went from, oh yeah, if you're real, God, prove it, to 4 months later, I was like, okay, I get it, God, please stop. So that whole experience, which has like a lot of unbelievable kind of like miracle type shit that happened, stars moving, miracles, winning the lottery just because I needed money, whatever. So I don't know, man. Hopefully, I'll start doing some more stuff, and hopefully, y'all like this stream. And be sure to hit that super chat. Peace.